Yeah, that was a legendary episode of Fluent and Chill last night. Mars, what time was it over there when you pulled up?
Like 2:40 by the time I pulled up, and then I was there for like half an hour, so it was like 3:15 when I left.
That's fire.
Yeah,
All
Mars.
right, Mars, are you in ticket?
Are
Are you in ticket the tag team duo that we didn't know we needed that nobody really wants to face?
I guess. I mean, I got recruited, and now I'm here.
I don't know if you got recruited, Mars, because when you get recruited, you actually get courted. I think you got put in the you basically got put in the chokehold. Like, all right, you down with us now.
You said you don't get involved.
How I got there, I don't know, but I'm there. So
that's what it looked like. It looked like you involved now. So
y'all seen state property, right? Mars, that was like get down and lay down.
That's what that is for real. That's exactly what that is. Get down or lay down.
Yo, I'm watching the episode and Mars says, "Oh, now I see why I'm here." To be on the show for 5 minutes. But hold on, no chat. Can you guys please spam what duo Mars and Ticket is? Good duos and bad duos. All-time players.
I think I saw it last night. Somebody had a poll up that me and Tone Bill Russell and Bob Cousy.
Yeah,
I'm doing that right now. How'd you guys feel about that?
I'm Cousy with the left hand, baby.
Okay, so my man David in the group chat, he said Ticket and Mars are Jordan and Pippen. He said Fluent and Chill are Russell and Cousy. Low and Damo are Steph and KD. Dub and Ox are Shaq and Kobe. And me and Shaq are Jerry and Wilt. Which I like those combinations too.
Yeah.
I'm a much better shooter than Cousy, though.
I'm not as good a rebounder or defender as Russell.
Yo, man, I got this delicious iced espresso coffee, Jay, for you especially. And I spilled it, and I'm trying to protect my soundboard and my phone. I'm going crazy right now.
What are you doing, man? What's going on, Tom? What are you doing, man? We that's what I'm saying. We're trying to get something accomplished here, and what are you doing?
The thing with me and Dub and the Shaq and Kobe is that it'll be just like Shaq and Kobe too. Like we're supposed to be together. The next thing you know, we're gonna be arguing with each other.
Ready to choke him out. But then when y'all get on the floor, it's magic.
Yeah, me and Dub gonna go from cooking y'all to cooking each other. It's too dysfunctional.
Oh, you guys are the Rock and Roll Express. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty killing everybody till you kill each other. I love it.
Y'all don't want to see me and Dub, man.
Dub C. So
that was a lot of Shaq and Kobe's. I even seen a Shaq and Kwame. I don't know who would be Kwame out of you and Ticket Mars, but seen that Draymond and Curry,
Cat and Rudy. That's crazy.
Cat and Rudy's just no. None of us are that bad.
Kuminga and Poole, crazy.
Now we had some people pull up last night. Mars pulled up and we had a discussion. Nobody got fried. I don't think anybody got cooked, quote unquote. But we had a real good discussion about poorly ran organizations, and Cleveland. I just don't think that they were run as good as those other teams. So I think we got to the bottom of some stuff last night, though. We did do that.
It was a constructive conversation.
Yeah, we did.
When it's Fluent and Chill, everybody gets their piece off very, very correctly without being interrupted too many times. Haley does a great job, Ron. See, of keeping us in check. Where Ron just out right in the middle of a conversation. Right. Listen, I've only got a short time because I got some parental duties here. But I want to shout out. Yesterday, I told Chill this already, but yesterday I took Fluent Jr. out to his baseball game, and it's at this like sports complex. And I went inside to use the facilities, and as I was walking by, I saw a basketball court, and you know me, if I see a basketball court, I'm going to stop. And so I looked in, and as I was walking out, this kid ran out. And he's like, "Yo, you're him." I'm like, "Him who?" And he's like, "You're Sports Fluent. What up? What up?" And I'm like, yeah. He goes, "Can I get a pick?" Oh, I think my mic went out. No.
Now you got you out. We can hear you.
I'm good. And he goes, "Can I get a pick?" So I said, yeah, sure. And then he posted it. He posted it on IG, He's like, met the man himself, Sports Fluent. So shout out to Ethan. But I wanted to show you guys. Yo, my dude has hops. Check this dude out. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm close up, here we go. Ethan, that's my guy, Ethan. Check this out. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How
Shout out,
old is
Ethan.
Ethan?
It looked like like
So,
14, 15 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Couple inches
about.
shorter than me, so he's like not exceptionally tall, but yeah. So shout out to Ethan, man. It was nice meeting you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't want to get too deep back into the conversation from yesterday because you know how that's gonna go. Let's just get straight into the super chats, and I do want to tell everybody that today we're gonna do our final.
Hold on, Ron. I'm sure you heard the breaking news.
Don't
Gotta
try and
start with that.
disrespect me, nigga. Hold on, don't try and disrespect
We
me.
gotta
Ron.
start with
Someone-
Job.
Oh, you know where it's gonna go. Don't try and disrespect me.
But I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm saying we're not about to talk about that conversation all show.
I know what you're trying to say, though, Ron. I know what you're trying to say, nigga. You slick.
It's gonna start a whole argument. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna debate that for the whole show.
Me and Mars need real competition. Stop putting us up against these bums. Bring
So
us
what you
some
need,
real
Low and Damo?
I don't
That's
care
what you
who y'all bringing Cap Town and he ain't so fluent up against us, man. Come on, bro. Our best competition last night was
Bro, your ticket got punched last night. Get out of here, man. Your ticket got punched.
Hey, y'all gotta go and Captain Chill and Fluent show, man. Haley is the best competition. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. She cooked Chilltown. She cooked Chilltown last night. We call him Cap Town right now because she cooked this man on his own show. Shout out to Haley. Haley brought the drama last night.
Isn't it incredible? Isn't it?
She bounced you off the show.
He refused to answer the question.
Isn't it incredible, Ron? Isn't it incredible, Ron?
Perception.
Isn't it incredible, Ron? When people talk and they talk loud, right?
I ain't
People
talking-
talk and they talk. I ain't talking to you, my man. I'm not talking to you. Okay, well, now I'm talking to you then. Okay, it's incredible. It's incredible. Nope, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You almost had a ticket.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not
That's
doing it.
three
No.
less
Play right into my hand,
games.
Captain.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Mars gonna cook you
No.
again, and we're gonna go get Haley again to cook.
No,
you
I'm
again.
not.
Have you
No, I'm
answer
not.
the wrong questions on your own? Hey, but shout out to Chill and Fluent, man. I love their show, bro. I love what they do. Y'all make sure y'all go check out that show and check out all their episodes on Thursday. Like these two dudes are hilarious, bro. I really want to come in because y'all be capping a lot, but I've been sitting back just listening to the cap, man. Y'all are crazy, bro, with the stuff.
Mhm. Ticket is the only one out here that tells the truth. Don't nobody tell the truth except Ticket, right? Ticket is the only one that tells the truth. And if you disagree with Ticket, just so you know, if you disagree with Ticket, if you disagree with Ticket on anything, you are a liar. You are a capper. 100%.
Check out. Listen, if you haven't watched Fluent and Chill before, and this isn't to be a big commercial for Fluent and Chill, but if you haven't watched Fluent and Chill before, next week we got like 7 or 8 NBA prospects, NBA former players. We got my Ronnie Turioff, who played with Kobe, who I think is from France. So hopefully he knows something about Wemba. And
He's definitely from France. He's definitely from France. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a whole lot of talking about the draft, who's picking who should go where, what the draft experience is like. So it's gonna be a big show next week. Big show next week.
Yeah. Hey, Fluent, I'm a big. What'd you say? Ticket?
I said, shout out to Big Ronnie Turioff, man. I remember him in the NBA when he played the CBA when he had the hard situation. Came back from that. Shout out to Ronnie, man. Ronnie played hard all the time. I respect him.
It was open heart surgery, right, Ticket?
Yeah, man. And he overcame that. And salute to Ronnie Turioff, man.
That's crazy.
I hope Fluent in Cap Town ask him the right question.
I did not know that.
Oh, why don't you send us a list, Ticket? And Willie Hermo Gomez. I don't say his last name.
I only got one question for him.
What's the question?
Well, we already know what the question
Kobe
is.
top 10?
Yeah, we already know that. Yeah.
We already know Kobe's top 10. We already know Kobe's top 10.
Yeah.
Or 11, right, Jill? Top 10 or 11.
Hey, I'll tell you this. The NBA right now is getting obliterated online for suspending Ja for only 25 games.
Yeah, 25 game seems light. 25 games.
That's
light.
crazy.
I'm looking on Twitter right now. They are cooking these dudes on Twitter right now for that.
Wait, is it light or were we just expecting it to be heavier?
That's super light, Ron. That boy should have got kicked for the whole season.
David Stern would have kicked him out for the year.
The whole season.
I was
at least half the season.
50.
David Stern.
I was expecting 50. I was expecting
at least half the season. But you got to remember what we're dealing with now, yo. We're dealing with a player-friendly league.
Yeah,
so we're not
Adam
dealing with
Silver's a players commissioner, so
yes,
he's
he
going to
is.
be more.
And you know what? And technically, the first one he broke league protocol, and the second one he didn't do anything illegal. So, as much as we thought they were going to set an example, I think someone asked him, "Are you going to set an example?" And I think that's why they might have rolled it back, because he said, "We're treating everybody the same. We're not trying to make anybody an example." So I think that might be why it's less than what everybody expected.
Right.
He didn't
And
also
also-
be like, I'm going harder on him just to make you other guys stop.
I think we got set up though. And the reason why we got set up was because we were watching the finals and they're going to wait till after the finals to tell us what this is. Like if they would have told us this in the middle of the finals, would this really have been breaking news? Would this really have been something where we would have been like, damn, I don't think anybody would have batted an eye over this. Now, if he would have said, yo, we're waiting after the finals, and it turns out, yo, he's suspended for 55 games. Now you got to remember too, fellas, this is significant for Ja Morant because these 25 games he's suspended, you do realize that he's ineligible to be on the All-NBA team. He's ineligible to be on the All-League defensive team too. So he's ineligible for all of this stuff. Now, he already signed his contract extension, right? So he's already getting his money. If this was a contract year, though, this would be a huge problem in terms of money.
He lost $40 million already. Remember, he didn't make All NBA last year, which triggered him not getting the $40 million more dollars. So him not making All NBA this past season when he should have made it, to be honest with you, they've already see. This is the reason why the true reason why the NBA went soft on him is because he lost $40 million this past season because the owners punished him by the teams punished him by not voting him All NBA. So he lost that $40 million. This is the same thing that happened in Zion, but Zion's situation was different. He didn't make All NBA because of all the games he missed. These idiots missed so many games that Zion missed the games. He lost $40 million. All Zion had to do was make All NBA last year. He had $40 million extra. He missed it. He doesn't get it.
Do you think it's coincidence that within 10 minutes of each other, it's the Ja news and the Jordan selling the Hornets news?
Well, I thought we already knew Jordan was selling.
Yeah,
we
now
already knew that anyway.
Now it's official. I just wonder if they tried to, you know.
And they did it today so that tomorrow they did it now so that the morning shows couldn't really get a full story. So they did it so the weekend they'll try to die down. You see what I'm saying? They smart. NBA smart. They know what they're doing.
Wait, who said that yesterday? That they're probably going to do it on a Friday and let the news cycle run for the weekend so they can focus on the draft. Who was that really smart guy? Who was that really smart guy?
Wasn't that you, Ticket? Wasn't that you who said that?
No, it was me, damn it.
Oh, it was you, Tone? Okay. I thought it was
you think I'm trying to pick up somebody else? Of course it was me.
Right. And the NBA, I thought it was 30 million because I know it's from the NBA, Ticket. I thought it was 30 million that when you make the all-league team, you get an extra 30 million. So it is 40. Okay. I thought it was 30. My fault.
Because remember, he's at 191 now, but if he would have made it, he would have been at 231.
Right.
Remember, that's the same thing that just happened with the Boston Celtics. What's his name?
Jaylen Brown. He just got his because he made All NBA. If he wouldn't have made All NBA, he wouldn't have been eligible for the extra 40 million. Now remember that. Now when you're talking about the All NBA team, you're not talking about anybody just making that extra money. There's stipulations to it. Like you got to be on the crew for a long period of time. So guys like Jaylen Brown, guys like Ja Morant, who've been on the crew for an extended period of time. That's what they tried to. That's why used to play for the Jazz. Haywood, that's when the rule just came out. It was at 30 million then. I didn't know it went up to 40 million. I'm clearly
40 million, bro.
I did not know it went up to 40 million. I know it was at 30 million. But
if you tell me
do you guys have an issue? Do you guys have an issue with the media voting on awards that affects players' pay?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
I think it should be the coaches and the teams. I think always the awards should be chosen by the coaches and by the players because nobody knows better than the coaches and the actual players that's watching. I think the media, you can have bias. You know what I'm saying? The media
you don't
cannot.
You don't think players will have bias?
Players can have biases too.
Here's why I tell you this, Tone. Me and you had a conversation this year before the All-Star game. And I asked you, I said, yo, is Kyrie Irving going to make the All-Star team? You said no. And I told you he was. Now, if it was up to the media, Kyrie wouldn't have made the All-Star team. But since it was up to the fans, he made the team. If it was up to the coaches, they probably would have said, you know what, the way he's playing this season, he played most of the games up until then, he's in. But if it was up to the media, they don't like Kyrie. So when you don't really like a person, you will do things to damage them and hurt them.
That's my point with the media, right? Is that just because you don't go out and do your interviews and do whatever, like that shouldn't stop you from making $40 extra million. And they will. They've said that. They've said, I didn't vote for this guy because I didn't like him.
Well, and because of that, and because of that.
Sorry, I'll just finish my point and then I'll let you go, Chill. But the players, my issue with the players is, well, if I only play them 2-3 times a year, I'm not necessarily watching. Like, how many games of other teams am I watching as a player? Right. I don't know that you're watching that many because you're watching your own. You're watching film. You're practicing. You're playing games, and so I think that's why they took it away from the players. But it's tough when it. My issue isn't the media voting. My issue is it being tied to their pay. That's
so basically, Chilltown, he lost $50 million because his salary for the first 25 games plus $40 million from last season. Right. So the NBA is like, look, because the NBA is thinking like this. Like think about it like this. His first year next year, pull up how much he would have made this next year. Like 37
million. On the books. Yeah, 37 million. I think he's on the books for this season.
Almost $100 million if they would have suspended him for the season. Right. And if they were suspending him for half the season, he would have
not getting that money back.
He would have lost about 70 million.
Yeah, that's his fault. That's what I'm saying.
Bob, I'm with you.
No, I wasn't saying it to you like that. I was just saying because there's a lot of people in the chat saying, "Oh, y'all some haters. Y'all want to see a brother do bad." This and that. I'm saying that first that initial 8 games, that initial eight game slap on the wrist is a reason why he didn't think it was a big deal. Now 25, he gonna look at that like, oh, I get to kick it for a little bit. This ain't no big deal to John Morant. He's gonna be out here doing the same thing he been doing.
Right. A lot of people in the comment section, you can tell they ain't never really made no money. They ain't never really worked for some people that talk like that, bro. They got a street mentality where they ain't never really made no bread, bro. Because once you start, like, for example, it could be a law that says it's legal for you to open carry, you can carry a gun, all this other stuff. But if you work for a private corporation or a private entity and they have a contract that says it's against our rules for you to bring that weapon on our premises and you still do it, or you do it and they say that we don't want this representing our product, then you signing on a dotted line with that product, you have to be a proper representation of that. So if you're not a proper representation of that, they have the right to punish you according to the guidelines of what you agreed to in the contract. People don't understand that. People just think, oh, because it's not illegal, you can do whatever you want to do. No, you can do whatever you want when you're the boss.
It's called policies and procedures. That's what it's called. It's called policies and procedures. Whatever you guys do outside of there.
And not every, but in contracts that have those, since I do contracts, I'll tell you, it says you can be fined up to and termination. So fine, suspended, and up to termination. That's at their discretion. You might not like it. It's not fair. I'm not saying it's fair, but that's what's in the contract. So,
and if he didn't want that Fluent, don't sign it.
Go play somewhere else. Yeah, absolutely.
Go play your own league where you can make your own rules. This is what people don't understand, bro. Listen, everybody's saying that Fluent. Tell everybody that's saying that right now to go to their job right now. Go on social media. Anybody that's working a formal job right now, go on social media and start flashing guns, acting like you're gonna shoot at somebody, acting crazy, and let your
fired. You fired that day. You are fired. You are fired that day.
I don't know if I've told you guys this before. Mrs. Fluent is an investigator, and a lot of the things she does is on social media, people doing wilding out, and they're like, you can't do that. And some of them get fined, suspended, have to go to whatever, or get fired. It depends on how severe it is.
I don't know why you guys are stopping at the media being able to vote on guys' money, because they do that anyway, because the media votes on who the league MVP is. The media votes on who the defensive player of the year is. The media votes on these awards. So if they voting on these awards, my contract extension, my money could be predicated on the fact that I made the all-league defensive team, because now I'm a better defender in terms of visually, right? If I'm the league MVP, that ups my money. Right? If I made the all-NBA team, if I was the most improved player, that ups my money. Now, add that to the fact that when you're talking about making this kind of money and leaving $40 million on the table because you don't like me, I think those voters should be exposed. I need to know exactly why you are not voting for this. Why didn't you vote for him? And it can't just be because I said so or my vote is private. No, that's not good enough. Especially when you're Especially when you're affecting stuff like this.
They did that to John Morant last year. They punished him for that situation, and they made sure he didn't get that $40 million. That was not basketball. Because if that was strictly basketball, he would have been all NBA. If you just took the feelings out of it, he'd have been all NBA and got his $40 million extra dollars. You're so right about that, Chill Town. And this is why I say, like, Chill. I don't like to disrespect guys like Mars and Low when they say certain stuff. But you play basketball. Ron played basketball. Bob played basketball. Fluent played basketball. When you're on the court, you've been on the court and you understand certain situations. It's different sometimes when you've actually been on the court and you can think and see and understand what you're seeing sometimes versus you just analyzing it from the outside. The people in the media, a lot of these people have not been on the court, have not been in those situations. So they don't understand how to analyze who are the real defensive players. They don't understand how to analyze who are the true best offensive players. Because if we just be honest, bro, I pushed a hard narrative this year because I wanted to see Jokic do it. But in all honesty, bro, it should have been him or Giannis that won the MVP award this year. Let's just be honest, bro. It should have been him or Giannis, bro. And probably when you look at it, it should have been him and then Giannis. But they pushed a narrative with Joel Embiid because he didn't win it last year. So now we got to give it to him.
He came in second twice, right? That's what I said. He came in second twice, and that was the narrative. We owe him one. We owe him.
You shouldn't do that off that, man. Whoever had the best season, man, and the players, they normally would have got that right. Like the players that they voted, they're going to tell you the toughest guy they played against.
Don't forget Perk. Don't forget Perk made them feel like if they vote for him again, they're racist. You know what I'm saying? So.
No.
Yeah,
hey, look,
that was a super whack narrative. I couldn't believe he said that.
That for sure affected
voters. 100% affected some voters because they're like,
I couldn't believe he said that.
Doesn't matter what I feel like. If I vote for Jokic, am I like people? Some of them came out anonymously and like, if I vote for Jokic, am I racist? Oh, I can't do that. Yeah. Like that can't be. It has to be purely basketball. It has to be. Which it's not.
And again, if I'm sorry, Big Ops, but if you're voting against the guy who's clearly an all-league performer, if you're voting against the guy who's clearly an all-league defender, if you're voting against him, I need a satisfactory answer on why. Because a lot of us are diplomatic up here. A lot of us, we will listen to, all right, why didn't you vote for Ja Morant to be an all-NBA performer? Why didn't you vote for Jaden McDaniels as an all-league defender? Why didn't you? Because I could get legit. If you could give me legit logic, okay, I can listen to that. But what I'm not going to listen to is you know what? I just don't like his attitude. That's not good enough. I'm not trying to hear that. No.
We have these arguments, and they did that to Kobe. After Colorado, they refused to vote for Kobe Bryant for MVP for many years when he clearly could have won MVP 2 more times at least.
Well, I'm sure
there's feelings involved. Like I think Embiid should have won the previous year, and so I get it. They're like, oh, he probably should have got it that year. So there's narratives, and Kobe did something bad, even though that has nothing to do with basketball. That's my point. Is it will always affect who you are, what you do. Is going to affect the voters because they're media.
Which
they're not.
Still burns me, Tony. To this day, that still burns me about that Kobe situation because we didn't even know what was going on, and everybody was roasting this dude. And I'm like, y'all dudes don't even know what's happening. And all
that's
of a
how
sudden,
it always happens.
Everybody hate this dude. Everybody booing him, and you
look at Conor McGregor right now.
I'm in this arena. And I'm hearing people calling him rapists and all of this stuff, and I'm like, yo, man, you don't even know what happened.
And but you now, and obviously I'm not going to defend that. I'm not going to defend people calling
it. But I'm just going to say Conor McGregor walks hand in hand with a woman into the bathroom, clearly to do something. We don't know what happened, and it's right away they're guilty. I was like, whoa, let's get all the info first.
What happened, man.
But see those now it goes like that. That's why public court is so dangerous. Yeah. That's why public court is so dangerous because now I don't want to get too far into this because it's a different way, but I mean you can walk into a room, a bathroom, holding hands with somebody, but once they say no, they might have wanted to come in here.
100%, 100%.
And that's why on top of it, with the Kobe thing. That they were wrong for doing that, especially not knowing what was going on. But if you accuse somebody of something like that, it's women all over the world gonna be like, oh, he did this, he did that. It's just like it's an emotional thing. Even we see it with politics voting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely not gonna go too far into that, but our feelings, like most people, their feelings just take over. You know what I'm saying? Their feelings just take over, and it's like this person hasn't been found guilty of anything.
And even if that's
I feel like they should vote. If the media is gonna vote, it should be an open vote. On a show like this, where they have to say, "Hey, I'm voting for Embiid, and here's why." I'm voting for Jokic. Why?
Oh, like a live show?
I'm cool with that.
A live show will actually be solid though. They'll draw some views.
Ask y'all a question,
because what they do, I don't know if you know the inner workings, because I talked to some guys and here's what happens. So they're all kind of in a boardroom and they make their case. So like this is I know the NFL Hall of Fame a little bit better because I got to see a little bit inside of it. And it's like, okay, I think Devin Hester should be in the Football Hall of Fame. Here's the reasons why, and you're literally pitching for him why they should be like a debate, and you're making all your points. What? But it's private. I would love for that to make it public, because I guarantee you, some of the narratives start to go away when you got to say it out loud.
I just don't like the. Go ahead, Ticket. I'm sorry.
No. I just want to ask y'all a question. And this may come up because this dude may have a lawsuit. How many games was Gilbert Arenas suspended for the gun incident?
He was almost suspended the whole year.
No, he's for that. And how many games was that?
When that happened, I remember it was around December. It was around December of 2009, if I remember that correctly. It was around December 2009. He got suspended, and he got suspended. It was almost the whole season. I don't remember exactly how many games.
The rest of the season, but
his was very different.
The rest of the season.
Is that we're talking about the one that he pulled it out in the locker room, right?
Yeah. So
very, very, very different to pull it out in the locker room and threaten a teammate.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, no, Tone. It
was a 50 game suspension. It was 50 games.
Hold on. So listen to this, Fluent. That was 50 games, right? Now he did that in the locker room where only the people that was in the locker room seen it. This wasn't in a public atmosphere. Now, hold on. Now, think about this. The situation with John Morant is just not the gun situation. Is that he fought a minor. He allegedly brandished the strap to the minor. Then he got the situation with the mall where he allegedly did something to the mall security. Then they said how he allegedly made the store worker run into the back of the store, and they had him scared in there for hours waiting on security. So all of these different things that have added up, and you look at that, and they suspended Gil 50 games for something in the locker room that nobody saw. But nobody saw what happened with Ja. But he has all these different situations that's coming up. Him going to a high school game, all this other stuff. And like I said,
I'm not even.
I gotta bounce. So let me just say this quickly. The difference is he did it outside of an NBA facility, and it's explicitly written in your contract. You cannot bring any type of weapon or firearm into an NBA facility. So he did something that was 100% easily just not allowed, which is why which is worse than being outside and doing it on IG. And different commissioner and different.
So that means So that means the times change.
Yeah,
that means
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. He's definitely more of a player-friendly coach. He's more of a player-friendly coach.
Absolutely. I'll be back for Super Chats.
All right,
Tone.
Yeah. Yo, Mars, I do want to ask a question to you. A couple questions, but the first question I want to ask is we were talking about obviously certain votes being skewed just due to emotions and due to certain, antics that may happen off the court or even on the court. I want to ask you, is this why you don't heavily value accolades like MVPs, first team, all NBAs, and things of that nature?
This could be an example of it. Anytime, I hate that these accolades determine people's money. I think that's ridiculous. But anytime someone's opinion or someone can be skewed away from what they did on the court, I'm not going to value that award. Where if Ja Morant is an all-NBA caliber player, but you don't think he is because of stuff he did away from basketball, why would I care about what your opinion is or your vote is when I think my opinion is just better than yours? So if I think Ja Morant's all-NBA caliber, I don't need to see him make an all-NBA team to say Ja Morant was all-NBA caliber. If I think Kobe Bryant was MVP caliber, I don't need to see him win the MVP to be like, well, Kobe Bryant was an MVP level player in 2003. He didn't win the award, but I still know he was that level of player. Or in 2006, I know he was that level of player. I don't need to say, well, he didn't win the MVP. I guess he's not that level of player. That would be ridiculous. So I don't really need to see the accolade come to fruition based on other people's opinions to complement my opinion. If I believe you're this level of player, I don't need to see a voting panel agree with me to make sure that I'm right. Because, Chris Broussard is just as licensed to talk about basketball as anyone. He's a fan with a platform. That's what he is, and he gets a vote. That doesn't make his opinion more valid than any of us up here or anyone who's watching the games, all the games, just like he is. It doesn't make him more valid because he has an MVP vote. So I don't really need to.
Hey, hold on. How y'all saying I'm a hater in the comment section when I'm telling the truth about Gil's situation? If I'm Gil, I will be getting a lawyer to look into this and try to get my compensation for the extra games I got suspended, because of the simple fact that now you riding a thin line. This dude got suspended 50 games on the first offense. 50 games.
Precedent. There was no precedent.
There was no.
He brought guns in the locker room.
He got suspended.
But even with him bringing guns to the locker room, to Ticket's point, we have policies and procedures here, right? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it's not illegal in terms of law. But in terms of the Washington Wizards facility, we do not allow that. That's in the policies and the procedures. And if you doing this is what could happen.
But chill, let's be honest. A lot of the players been doing it for a long time.
Of course they have. Of course they have.
And all these people, everybody in the league knew it. The teams knew it. All these people knew it. It was never a problem until one person snitched on the outside on Gil.
But that's what it is, though. Ticket, you know that. That's how most people get caught up in other stuff. It's snitches.
What I'm saying,
it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
What I'm saying is this.
And who knows what you're doing?
What I'm saying is this. That basically ruined the rest of his career. See what I'm saying?
He was never the same after that. He was never the same after that.
For us to think he just couldn't ball after that is ridiculous.
Which is not true.
It ain't about that, Ron. These cats be dummies. Like, that was dumb.
I'm not going against you, homie. Listen what I'm saying to you, though. Listen what I'm saying. If I was Gil, I would look into a legal action to recoup some of the money I missed for those 50 games, because of the simple fact that now the parameters aren't clear, because the NBA should have clear parameters. For example, if you fail a drug test, you're suspended for what? How many games?
I don't know.
25 games?
25,
yeah, 25 games. They got a hard line on most of these rules. But when you go to certain rules, no, we're going to do it by jury execute. No, it should be a hard line. If you're caught with a gun on the premises, it should be this many games. If you're caught with this many games, that many games. If you fight, this many games, that many games. Right. It shouldn't be let me say this and let me say
have the rules changed at all since then?
Yeah, hold on. It had to, because again, I'm gonna say this again. This was a first-time offense, and the guns were not loaded. And not only that, and I'm not saying it was right or wrong. I'm just saying that was that man's first offense. They hit him with 50 games, and then his NBA career basically was over with. Because if you look until then, he was basically one of the elite guards in the NBA.
Only 27 years old.
Come on, bro. So
well, he got hurt a few times too.
No. But I'm saying that situation put a stain on him around the league. The situation with Jai is he's going to be able to come back from this. Gil really wasn't able to really regain that no more because of how he was perceived and treated going forward in the league.
I get you. Now, I understand what you're saying, but my biggest thing is that Gilbert Arenas actually brought these guns into the facility, as where these videos weren't in the Memphis locker room. You know what I'm saying? These was in the cars, in the clubs and whatnot. So that's the only difference I see right there, is that it wasn't, in the facilities.
Now, tomorrow's point.
You're not hearing me. I'm saying that he talked about this too. He was basically, in a way, blackballed from the NBA after that situation. They looked at him completely different, and it was like they were slowly pushing him out. The same.
I do get what you're saying, but I feel like that's what happens. Like, why are you playing with guns in the locker room?
The same happened with AI. Was just that incident and in Philly with his family. They try to push him out of the league now.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
It seemed like they always send you to Memphis because that's what they did to Gil. Didn't he go to Memphis after that Chilltown?
Yep.
And that's what happened to AI. Yeah. And then they try to put you on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And run you out the league.
That's like the next step. Like once you go to Memphis, then you on your way out the league.
That's the last. What's it called when you get out of jail and you go to the what's the
halfway house?
Yeah. Memphis is the halfway house.
Well, actually, we doing it the flip side though.
Halfway house.
But no, actually, we doing it the flip side because Memphis is the county, and then once you go to the county, then you go into prison. So then you're done. Mm-hmm. So it's actually the flip side.
Bro, this ain't happening to Ja. Ja gonna get another chance. The league is invested in Ja. They're gonna push him again. He gonna get another $250 million contract after this one's up. He ain't in that same situation, bro.
I think y'all are kind of being. I don't want to definitely not naive. I can't think of the word. It's not in my vocab, but I do feel like all of y'all, if you're business owners, and I know a couple of y'all are business owners, some of y'all are, if you hire somebody to work in your establishment and they bring guns in the back you're not gonna just be like, oh, no big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah.
No, they did that. No, Bob. Hold on, Bob. They have done that. Bro, listen. I've had NBA players.
But it's about how you do it, though, Ticket.
No. You're not hearing me. I've had NBA players. You can go to my channel and look at the interviews. I ain't gonna say no names. You go look at the interviews yourself. Have come on my channel and said they went in the locker room, pulled out a gun on everybody like this, and dropped the clips in dudes' hands and said, "You say something else, and I'm gonna do something to you."
Well, that's wrong too. They should have been suspended too. They should have been suspended too.
Hold on, Bob. Get what I'm saying. Most of these NBA teams know this, and let me tell you something else. Another friend of mine that played in the NBA said that it was a time where the NBA encouraged players to get weapons and get licensed for those weapons. So how can you encourage players to do that and then expect them not to carry said weapon wherever they go? Because these dudes are a target if they're going from the arena to their house or something like that.
I said that before, and then you and Chitchat said I was dumb talking about they need to have private security. So I need to know which one is.
No. I said that.
Whoa. Today more than any time, it doesn't really make much difference. Penny Hardaway said that he is a licensed gun owner when he played in the NBA. He said that.
And this is my other thing though, Chitchat. I feel like when they say get a gun, get your license, that means be a responsible gun owner. You know what I'm saying? Pulling out guns in the locker room, dropping clips of people's hands. That's not being a responsible gun owner. Right. You deserve to be punished and reprimanded for doing stupid things. And especially if you're gonna play with guns,
Bob,
like if you're gonna play with guns, I don't care where you at. You wrong, and you need to be reprimanded for that.
I agree. Hold on, Bob.
I got guns, but I don't touch my guns unless I'm cleaning them, taking it to the range. I don't play with guns. I'm a responsible gun owner.
I agree with Bob. Right. I agree with you. Hold on, Bob. I agree with everything you're saying right now. All I'm saying is that if you're the NBA and y'all ain't keeping the same energy across the board, that's not right, because they've been known, players been doing this. Right. Only when it got public, they act like they was against all of this stuff. Like,
so, Ticket, your logic when it comes to this job situation, even though it was away from the facility, is still a precedent that was set, which is Gilbert Arenas, that 50, because I think he got suspended for the. I don't know exactly, because again, a lot of times I think that he got suspended for the rest of the season. So for Ja Morant to get in the kind of trouble that he got in, not only for him to get in the kind of trouble that he got in, knowing how the NBA feels about this type of thing, 25 games could essentially be looked at as a slap on the wrist, considering y'all was trying to run, but not only second offense. If you remember correctly, they was for real trying to run Gil out the league.
Right.
That was really going on. They was really trying to run Gil out the league at that point. So with that being said, the precedent has already been set. So with the precedent already being set, Ja Morant getting, even though, don't get me wrong, Ron, it's triple the games that he got the first time. Let's make sure we clear on that. He only got 8 games, which, by the way, he went to rehab and he sat out. Right, he sat out for a couple of games, so he really only sat out like 2 games, because he sat out. He really was only suspended for 2 games. But with that being said, 25 games, that's triple what it was before. But there was a precedent set, which is double the amount of games that he got suspended here.
Right. See, like let me give you an example, Chilltown. You remember the Malice in the Palace? Everybody remember it, right?
I do.
So for me, I thought the NBA was wrong for what they did to Steven Jackson and them dudes. All them dudes that was involved in the crowd, because once my teammate is there, then I'm going to protect him. Because guess what? It could be almost 100-some people that's in that section against him. So I'm going up there trying to get him out. But now you suspend these dudes for going up there helping and getting these and trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't like for a certain amount of games. You take a lot of their money, bro.
I'm agreeing with you right here, Ticket. This one thing. So I understand what Steven Jackson
after this, we got to move on, fellas.
I feel Steven Jackson, and I respect Steven Jackson for going in there and helping his boy.
Right.
But with that being said, you're gonna have to accept your punishment, because look, if we up in here fighting fans, and we, they all 6'6", 6'7", they're huge. These guys are big. You hurt somebody, who's that come back on? That's going to come back on the organization. That's going to all that money. Like, these are serious lawsuits. Somebody gets seriously hurt. So I understand the punishment, but I also understand why Steven Jackson went in there. And I respect Steven Jackson for having his boy back.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let it go. Mm-hmm. These players are subject to a lot of things, bro. And this is one thing I can't ignore this, and I don't like this. This is one thing I don't like about the NBA. One side of it, we can talk about the soft side. I hate how they put the punishment on display for players whenever they do something to a ref. But when a ref gets something wrong, they never displayed the punishment and never castigate the refs. So they're not keeping it 100. They're not keeping it even on that part, so you can see exactly what happens on both ends. That's one thing, right? Another thing is the same thing with the players and the fans. Even though we say it's wrong that these players are doing this image stuff, and I agree that some of the stuff they're doing is wrong, I still don't think the NBA, and they try to improve on this, but they're not hard enough on some of these crazy ass fans, bro. Some of these fans be beyond, and Chitchat have been to these games. They're beyond disrespectful to these players. And I'm talking about doing stuff, saying stuff. So when you throw something at a player like they run out,
I've almost been in fights. I've almost been in fights.
And I throw a beer can from the 20th row and it hit Chitchat in the face.
You need your ass whooped.
I can't then say I'm a ban Chitchat for the rest of the season because he went up there and whooped somebody's ass, because that was assault. That was assault. Because guess what?
That's fair.
The NBA ain't going to press charges against that fan. The only thing they're going to do is say, "Oh, you're banned." They're not going to press charges for them assaulting one of their employees.
Yeah. Well, no. If Ron Artest would have got hit with the beer can or whatever, and then would have just took it to there, which Ron Artest, he not the type of dude that's going to probably take it to court. But if he could, he definitely has a case. 100% has a case.
No. But listen, that's my point. They hit him in the face with the can.
But instead of taking it to court, he put his hands on it.
But
so now they both wrong. In the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law.
Hold on, Bob. Ron knows you. If somebody throw a bottle of beer from the 20th row and it hit Bob in his face, what Bob gonna do?
I'm in the stands.
But I'm gonna do.
So why you?
Hey, no, Ticket. We definitely in the stands. We gonna start a riot. But if once we do that though, we no longer can go the legal route.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're taking it into our own hands.
Yeah, we got to make a decision right there. We got to either keep our head, and be like, yo.
And Ron, I know we got to move on, Ron. I know we got to move on. But to Mars's point, Mars, you were talking about the All NBA team. The reason why I value being an All Pro is because the majority of the time, the best player in the league won the league MVP. The best players were All NBA performers the majority of the time. Now, sometimes there are guys who weren't the best player or who weren't deserving. Same thing would be an All NBA performer. They might not have been deserving. But then now this becomes a precedent where, okay, we're going to put this guy on the All NBA team because this guy voted for him or this guy voted for him. And it kind of skews it. But I still value it because the majority of the guys who've won league MVP, the majority of the guys who've been All NBA performers, the majority of the guys who've been All League defenders are worthy of that.
Makes sense.
No, go ahead, Mars. I'm not sure if you're answering or not, Mars.
No. That's it. My two words make sense.
Okay. This is my thing, real quick, and I know I'm not. We trying to get off this run, but I just want to say this. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially y'all in the chat, y'all saying this and that, like, oh, you wrong for wanting him to get suspended, or the thing with the Malice in the Palace. My thing is, y'all want to be enablers. Y'all want to be enablers, and that's not good for a young man, especially. And as a black man, I want to hold my brothers accountable for being the best thing they can be.
Right, quick, let him get this point off.
I want him to explain that, Ron. What are you talking about enabling? What are you talking about?
He's talking about people.
I'm saying these people in the chat. They're like,
people in the chat.
I can't remember specifically what it was. I read it a little bit ago, but it's like, don't expect me to agree with my brother doing something he knows is wrong and we know is wrong. I'm not gonna be out here talking about hold on, Ticket. I'm not gonna be out here talking about free such and such when I watch such and such do what he knew was wrong and I told him not to do it. I'm not gonna be hold on, bro. I'm not
Ticket, we can't condone that. Ticket, we not condoning that, man. I'm not gonna be an enabler. I'm not gonna be an enabler to my brothers when I know they got so much better they can be. If Ticket, you could be family, Ticket. You could be family, and I'm still holding you accountable.
I'm gonna hold you accountable, and I want you when I hold you accountable, I want you to accept that and be as good as you can be. I'm not gonna be out here talking about, oh yeah, you did that. He shouldn't have threw that cup at you. Yeah,
right.
You're right. But now accept your consequences.
No. Hold on. Chitchat. So you're on a team with Bob. Bob is on the table. Somebody throws a cup of alcohol from the 20th row that hits this man in his face, right? While he's laying on the table trying to calm down from a different situation, right?
Right.
He goes up in the stands where in this game it's 20,000 people in that arena.
Right.
He goes up in the stands.
Right.
You go up in the stands trying to help him out because he's going to defend himself now because now he has been assaulted, right?
Right.
So you go up there and now you find yourself in a situation where you got to start swinging on people because people are grabbing and jerking you, right? Now, you telling me that you think that y'all are supposed to get banned for taking care of yourself when security didn't even do it before you could do it.
And now, ask yourself how come those Pacers didn't win the championship? Ask yourself why those Pacers don't have a championship now.
With all of that being said, Ticket. With all of that being said, I know running up into the stands, we had a line for this because there's a reason why we got lines on the court. We had a line.
That's the question I had.
But when I do it, I'm accepting accountability because I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Just like that, because two wrongs don't make a right.
Protect yourself at all times.
Even if you threw something at me and I attacked you, that doesn't mean that I'm right. And that doesn't mean that I'm right for it because you was wrong for what you're doing, and I'm wrong for for escalating this. Because remember what happened to a Ticket. Remember with Ron Artest getting that beer thrown on him, there was another situation that could have happened. Ron Artest could have got that beer thrown on him and went right to security. That's the dude who hit me. That right there. He could have done that, but instead, what does he do? He runs up in the stands, which again, I understand where Ron Artest was because he was trying to calm himself down, and out of rage, he did handle that. But there was another way he could have handled that, and he didn't. That doesn't matter.
We got to move on. We got to move on.
Hold on one second, Ron. If we run the crowd don't run us. Hold on one second. Listen to this, bro. And this is why I say this is cap, bro. How many times have we seen fans get into it and do stuff to players, and the security don't do nothing until the player had to go to them? The security's supposed to be on top of that. That's your job.
Half that should be soft. Half that should be soft, Ticket. They're just saying words.
At that time, here's why I call this out on Chilltown Cap. At that time, all the security was already on the court surrounding Ron Artest. None of those dudes,
because he was about to get mangled by Ben Wallace.
No. I'm talking about when he was down on it. No, but I'm saying after the situation had calmed down, they were all surrounding that situation. But none of them went to go get the person who threw the cup when he threw the cup.
Nobody, because it happened so fast, Ticket. As soon as that dude got hit with the cup, Artest was in the stand. It wasn't like you don't know. It wasn't even that dude. That was a completely different dude. He was already up in the stands. Already up there.
If I'm him, I'm suing for sure. So now
that goes got nothing to do with this.
Here's what I'm saying: as NBA security, you're supposed to be ready for anything. As professional sports security, if somebody run on the court, run on the field, your reaction is supposed to be immediate. That's what they're paying you for. Like for example, if LeBron James is coming down the court, or D Wade,
a riot ticket,
hold on 1 second.
I'm listening.
If you're going down the court and a fan comes on the court, that fan is not supposed to be able to get to that player before the security lay their ass out. Because that was what your job is your reaction time and reactionary to prevent situations like that. That's why when you see somebody run on the field during a college game or run on the field, they are all the security already on their ass, tackling their ass. If not, if you violate the player, then that's all right for you to get your ass whooped. My whole point with this is that if Chilltown is my teammate and somebody throw a bottle at Chilltown or a cup of alcohol at Chilltown and hit him in his face, he goes up in the stands. It's him against everybody that's up in that stands. Listen, me personally, I have a right to go and try to get my teammate out of that situation instead of sit there and watch. We've seen this happen not only in the stands, but in fights. We've seen players try to go break it up. So, and that's another thing I didn't like about the NBA. The NBA it has bull jive rules because that's what cost the Phoenix Suns a world championship.
But Ticket, those rules also say stay out the stands.
And teammates tried to defuse it and break it up. They just got up to go try to break it up. The NBA has nerve to suspend and ban these guys because they want to try to defuse a situation. That's not right. I think Stat 5 went into the crowd to try to defuse a situation, and then once fans start grabbing you and pulling you, now I got to start swinging. I'm trying to help get my teammate out of that. And if we don't do that and he gets stumped out of mauled in the crowd before security get up there, then what? So then what? We sitting over here saying I'm doing the right thing? No.
It's 18,000 people in the Palace. You want to fight 18,000 people? No, you get stomped out. That's on you.
Hold on. But when your teammate is in that situation, or somebody on your team, you're going to get him out of that situation, bro. I'm going to yank, bro. Chilltown, know this. What happened when
Shaq wanted to fight?
Hold on 1 second, Bob. What happened in the Garden? What happened in the Garden when Marcus Camby was ready to fight Danny Ferry? What did the coach do, Chilltown?
Grabbed him.
The coach ran. He literally ran into the fray trying to break it up and got punched in the face doing it, right? But you look what he tried to do. He tried to run and try to help diffuse the situation. That's what these players are doing. So now, if you're telling me I can't defend myself when I'm trying to go get my guy out of this situation, and then listen, you got fans coming on the court. Fan came on the court trying to square off with Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal knocked his ass out. Did you ever hear the NBA suing the fan?
Which was warranted. He deserved that ass whooping. He deserved that ass whooping.
He almost killed that man.
He definitely deserved that ass whooping. 100%.
We about to keep it pushing. I got these super chats we about to get into. Y'all go ahead and let me get through these, y'all. The Quay White said Ja received a 25-game suspension. Do y'all think that was too light for him to change his ways? I don't think this will make him rethink what he does.
I think the sentence was too light. 100%, I believe that. The first thing I'm thinking about with this sentence is like, yo, y'all waited till after the NBA Finals for this. This would not have disrupted the NBA Finals if y'all would have put this out. I don't think so.
Irregular said, "Ticket in Mars is John Dylan Brooks." I need to know who's John, who's Dylan.
Ain't no John Dylan Brooks, because ain't none of us stupid, and ain't none of us stupid. They both John.
None of us stupid. None of us stupid.
You're not making
It's fine. Ticket.
David Mujinaya said the duos are accurate. In case you missed the duos, I'll run those back by you.
Hey, Ron, everybody complaining, but what's the best show on PC?
What's the best show on?
What's the best show on PC?
Chill with you.
They complaining. What's the best show on PC? Bro, we over here running the numbers up, man.
According to Angie Carr, she said Fluent and Chill, the #1 show on PC. Goated.
The numbers say otherwise.
Great timing.
Look at the scoreboard.
In case y'all wondering what David was talking about in terms of duos, just a second. It's too far up for me to scroll, but if you guys go back, you'll see. Well, you guys remember your duos? It was Mars.
We're MJ and Pippen. I know that. We're MJ.
Yeah, me and Tone is Koozie and Bill Russell.
Bob and Ox are
Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq. Yeah.
And then Low and Damo was Katie and Steph.
Yeah.
Indoor Voices said, if you could swap any current star player for prime Charles Barkley, which team would have the best chance of winning the chip next season?
Take Julius Randle off the Knicks and put Barkley on there. I love it. I love that.
I disagree. It's one that's better. Zion and the Pelicans.
I like that.
I like that too. Okay, I can get with that.
But think of the level of upgrade you get from going from Julius Randle to Charles Barkley.
But look how great. Hold on, they was already in first place when Zion was balling. So if you add Chuck to that team, shit, they probably win a championship.
I agree they might win. But the level from Julius Randle to Charles Barkley is big.
Like I said, you can say the same thing. Ticket, you can say the same thing about the Knicks. The Knicks finishing what, 5th place? I mean, I think they're at least with Barkley on that crew and prime Barkley, they're a top 3 seed in the East.
But they're
top 3 seed.
They're not as deep.
Maybe even a 2 seed.
They're not as good as the Pelicans with Herb Jones, all those other dudes, Ingram, CJ, Valanciunas,
Trey Murphy.
They too deep, though. They too deep. The other dude that be pickpocketing all the time. What's the little boy name?
Alvarado.
Yeah. He's a menace.
Double P says, salute to Ticket and the rest of the panel. Gotta test Ticket's ball knowledge right quick. Start bench cut. Keith Erickson, Duncan Robinson, Dan Marley.
Keith Erickson.
Isn't Keith Erickson the one who's on like the 70s Lakers?
Come on, bro. Listen, I'm starting. He's talking about something. He's gonna put Duncan Robinson there trying to be funny, man. I'm starting Thunder Dan. I'm benching Keith. And I'm cutting Duncan.
David Mujinaya said, what do each of you think is your most iconic quote on PC?
Put that in your pipe and smoke.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
And that's a fact. Yo, you sounded just like the voiceover.
It was his voice, Ron. It was his
I know what I mean.
Right,
I get that, but a lot of times it's hard to like mimic your same like tone and everything like that. He sounded just like it. Like he hit it. It was perfect, Chill. It was perfect. Mars, what's your iconic quote?
Do I really have quotes? I don't think so.
No, put that down.
You got one, Mars.
Give me that shit.
Do I?
He's not a guard.
I was thinking that's probably like the only quote I have. So yeah, I will have to go with that. He's not a guard, yes.
And Ox, yours is just
light the beam. Like
L Mavsky, boy.
There we go. That's
it. L Mask.
that's what I was thinking.
Speaking of iconic quotes, T Wolf 2486 said, "Don't say another word until they get those likes up." I found my new iconic quote.
Y'all?
No, like really, until we get to how are we at 263 likes and it's 2,000 people in here. Hey,
Yo, just like the video. That's all you got to do. You don't got to do nothing else. As soon as you walk in the door, just like ain't nobody. Just like the video. That's it.
With that being said,
sit up here and mute everybody.
It's that simple.
Well, Ron, a lot of times I didn't know how serious it was to like the videos until my son, we was watching something. He said, "Dad, are you gonna like that?" I'm like, "I'm just watching." He said, "No, you have to like it if you watch it." All right, cool. These kids know all about the YouTube. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I like it."
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a requirement.
It's not a requirement, but I mean, if you like it, you probably should like it.
No, I feel it now.
Strange cool guy with the super chat. He said, "Yo, Mars, on your scale of valuing an NBA player, what would be considered average? For example, I believe Kyrie is a 7 or 8 offensively, but I believe he's average defensively. Would that be a 5
overall?"
I think I'd have to like go through it a lot. Like, there's a lot of like nuance that would be like the way to go about it. I think it would make more sense if you did it on a scale of like -5 to +5, to where 0 would be average, and then you can actually like portray someone as a negative, where they're like -2. Then you can see that they're actually hurting the team. So from like the most basic standpoint, I think 0 should be the average, and then 5 would be like the top of the top, and then -5 would be the worst that is possible. Yeah, that's probably the most simple way to do it. But I think there's a lot more nuance that will probably go into it than that. That's just like the basic summary, I guess.
Zay Rich said, "What's up, panel? Which players do you think will become all-time greats but didn't pan out? Personally, for me, I thought OJ Mayo was the next
don't
Kobe."
read that.
No, he was not. No, he was not that nice. And no way was he that nice. And I saw OJ Mayo coming out of high school. He was awesome, but he was not Bryant awesome.
Bro, that's 18-year-olds, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
exactly. So, they do that every year in high school too. It's always a dude that
he was not that nice.
He's a grown man in high school. He's already gotten to his grown man body. If you've seen OJ in high school, he had a full
beard and all of that stuff.
OJ looked like he was in high school. He looked like he was 28. So it's always those dudes that mature fast. They in a grown man's body. Their games are just evolved. So they look. You think that they're gonna do this over the next 3 levels, but then you got to factor in like they're playing against 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
But Ron, even at that point, because we caught up with OJ a couple of times on the AAU circuit. I've seen OJ. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was his skill set or anything like that. He wasn't a better shooter than anybody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do much better. He was just bigger, stronger, and faster than all the people that was guarding.
Yeah.
So he was just bullying people. That's why I knew from the jump, like, yeah, I mean, he's a problem, but he's not going to be Kobe, though.
He wasn't special.
And keep in mind, too, though, this was around the time where, a lot of mixtapes started dropping. So you start seeing highlights of these guys, too. And that was the first wave. So you kind of like, you're going to exaggerate it because now you're finally seeing a guy and all you're seeing is highlights of him. Duncan, shooting deep threes, crossing people, making them fall. So you like, okay, he does this every time down the court.
I think what we also do too is we kind of overvalue people that they think that they're in the same. Yo, he could have done what this dude did. He could have done what this dude did. There's a reason why these guys are all-time greats, because we saw it right from the beginning. We saw it right from the beginning, and they ended up turning into these people, as opposed to these other dudes who didn't become all-time greats. There's a reason why, because we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
Michael Beasley's my answer. I didn't want to pick someone who didn't pan out because of injuries. I feel like that's kind of a cop-out.
I thought he was going to be a lot better. I did, Miles. I thought he was going to be a lot better than
that type of scoring skill. I mean, that big, that size, that athleticism. I mean,
coming out of K-State, he was unstoppable, bro.
Yeah, he was cold.
Facts.
If he was doing
what he was doing, Carmelo Anthony good in my opinion. That's
what he was doing. Ticket. If he's coming up in high school, like when we was coming up. If he was coming up during that time, he would have probably played 2 or 3 years at Kansas State, and he might go down in history as one of the best 3 players to ever play in the Big 12 history. Because he'll probably be the all-time leading scorer in conference history. He would have been the player of the year every year in that league. Kansas State might have made a run to the NCAA Final Four or something like that. He would have been way different.
Do you think that was him? Do you think that was him, or do you think the team used him wrong? Because do you think, like, if he would have landed with a different team, maybe he panned out? Because when he came out, it was so much. They said it was a lot. This dude was gonna be a beast. That he was just a walking double-double, bro.
Right, and maybe Miami wasn't.
Yeah, Miami's probably not the place you want to put Michael Beasley. If he went to like Oklahoma City, where KD went, I mean, how much trouble can you really get in Oklahoma City? So maybe if he was in a smaller situation, maybe if he was in a smaller market, I think it probably would have benefited him. But if you guys
where they featured him, like he's on a crew with Dwayne Wade, right? If they put him on a crew where they featured him, like on just a lesser crew. If they put him on a crew where they featured him more and allowed him to be himself more, I think he would have panned out even more. As opposed, don't get me wrong. Now we still talking about a young guy who needs vets, right? He does need vets because he just got out of college after 1 year. But if he was on a crew where he could be molded a little bit better, I think he would have panned out even more. I mean, we can all agree that he said it himself. I'm your favorite player's favorite player. So it's obvious how nice he was.
I would have to say, and I know Mars, you said you didn't want to go with guys that was injuries, but I was so sold on Jabari Parker, bro. Like Jabari Parker was, when he was coming out, that was my favorite. That was one of my favorite players.
They misused
already.
Him, now he was misused coming in the league because he.
You think so?
I'm gonna tell you why.
But the injuries too, though. Ticket injuries.
No.
He tore his ACL twice.
Hold on, but forget that. Philly kept drafting bigs.
No, you talking about Ticket. We talking about Jabari Parker, not
Parker.
Not Jaleel Okafor.
No, you talking about Jaleel Okafor.
Him too. Him. I already know where Ticket going, and him too.
That wasn't gonna work. That wasn't gonna.
Well,
the game passed him by. The game passed him by.
They drafted.
He came 10 years earlier.
When he came out, his game was so special in that post. He had so many post moves coming out to do. His game was so special. To me, they never fully invested in him because they kept drafting bigs. So when you kept drafting bigs, you push him because then they draft like Nerlens Noel. And
he was the last big they drafted though. It was Nerlens first, then Joel, then Jaleel.
That's what I'm saying. So they drafted so many bigs. They never like if he went to an organization like the Spurs, his whole career would have been different. If he got drafted to the Spurs and Pop got his hands on him, his whole career probably would have been a whole different career because
he also had those disciplinary issues. I remember he was getting into fights and stuff. Like it wasn't great.
And you also got to remember too, Ticket, that when Philly drafted him, they wasn't sure about Jaleel. They wasn't sure about Joel. He had missed 2 seasons because of his foot injury, right? So we talking about a dude who Jaleel may have very well been insurance more than anything. Like if this dude doesn't, if Joel doesn't work out, then we're gonna roll with Jaleel Okafor. But it just didn't seem to work that way because I think
who else was for me was Harry Giles.
Oh yeah.
Harry Giles.
Harry Giles went to Duke. He played with Jason Tatum actually. Harry Giles was the #1 player coming into Duke, but he had tore up his knee in high school. But Harry Giles was better than Jason Tatum in high school. Well, ranked higher, and going into Duke, he was a better and a bigger prospect. Jason Tatum was the second prospect coming in.
We drafted him late in the first round.
Let's get back on this Jabari Parker thing. He got hurt. That was the biggest issue with Jabari because from a skill set at 6'9",
he was nice.
He was super nice. He kind of reminded me, kind of like the kid in Orlando. He looked like a more athletic version of Antoine Walker. That's what I thought when I saw him. I thought he was going to be super nice.
He still has some good moments even after the injury too, but it was just he wasn't really quite able to put it all together. Hey, but chill. What player is it for you that you thought was really going to be him? That was going to be a star and didn't really.
That's easy for me. The kid from Kansas, Thomas Robinson. I thought Thomas Robinson was going to be a beast coming in.
He went to Sacramento as well, right?
Yeah,
you didn't have to say that. I'm about to start throwing stuff at you.
You disappointed me, bro. You could have did one better, bro. You know basketball, man. Who was on the cover of the Sports Illustrated coming out of college, man?
There was a bunch of guys on Sports
Illustrated. Man.
Who?
Ed O'Bannon brothers, man.
Ed O'Bannon. I remember Ed O'Bannon. I played against Ed O'Bannon in high school, and this is no disrespect to Ed O'Bannon because he was awesome. But watching Thomas Robinson in Kansas, he kind of gave me like Malone vibes. I'm like, yo, this dude gonna be awesome in the NBA. He could shoot the mid range. He cleaned glass. He was tough as nails. He run like a deer. I'm like, yo, this dude, he look like somebody you could build your unit around. And for him to fall off the cliff like that and do nothing, I was like,
second
what
round.
the
That
hell?
people don't need to see me crying.
Hey, but the Ed and Charles O'Bannon, man, them dudes, man, come on, chill, bro. The O'Bannon brothers, bro.
I think that the younger one was a little overrated. I do. I don't think he was that good.
Oh damn, Ox, we got one more for you. And before I bring up the super
bruh,
chat, I'm just gonna say I thought possibly Jimmy Fredette.
Oh no, you didn't.
Hey, we're keeping along the Sacramento trend. Jay Nutty just said I thought Tyreek Evans would have been a star. Damn,
they misused him. They misused him.
Well, he was out. You know, he was in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying, running around. He was in the streets. You know what I'm saying. You know,
was he?
He was out there hanging with them gangsters. So
that's the same reason why we be saying Jalen.
Hold on, big guy.
Chill, this is why we be saying Jalen Brown need to stay up out of Sacramento.
Hey, was he in the hood, yo? For real?
Yeah, Tyreek for sure, 100%.
If you're looking for Tyreek, come down to the hood. That's where he was at for real.
Yeah.
That would explain it. All right, I can dig that.
Hey, but in all seriousness, though, for me, it was Brandon Jennings. I thought Brandon Jennings was going to be, I'm not going to say a superstar, but I for sure thought he was going to be a few all-star teams. He was going to be, you know, one of the better top 5 to 10 point guard in the NBA. And he had a couple good seasons, but I already know where
you at, Ron.
He had 50 as first.
That's what I was about to say. He
had a double nickel.
He put that 50 on Curry. He was like, "Oh, this dude gonna be a star."
Yeah, well, it was before that though. He was right. So OJ Mayo was number 1 in his class in 2007. Brandon Jennings was 2008. I don't know if he was number 1 in his class, but he was top 3. He was a killer in high school. Killer.
Didn't he go overseas before he went to the league?
Yes, he started that.
First person. Yep. He was the first person to do that. And obviously that says a lot about, you know, if you're the first person to start a trend to get signed over to a European team out of high school, which it's hard to come out of college and be an All-American and go over there. So let alone to come out of high school, that just shows you how good he was at that time.
I got one better for y'all, Ron.
What's up? Who you got?
Eddie Curry.
I wasn't that high on Eddie Curry. He gave me a lazy vibe.
Eddie Curry was a cheeseburger merchant.
Yeah, he gave me a lazy vibe.
Eddie Curry coming out of high school, they was calling him Baby Shaq.
Well, he wasn't big.
No, he had game, no chill.
Yeah. Oh, he can play. I'm not saying that.
I agree.
I ain't fighting this game.
Remember, chill. Chicago at that time was getting all those dudes. They was getting all that talent, and it wasn't mixed. They had him. Think about the team Chicago had. They had him, Big Tice when he came in. Jamal Crawford was on that team. They had who was that on that team? Chicago, bro. They was loaded.
Kurt Heinrich was on that crew.
That team was loaded.
They ended up getting Luol Deng later on. Yeah,
it was sort of like the Clippers with Darius Miles. We thought D Miles was gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, when he came out. I thought Lamar Odom was gonna be better when he came out of school. I thought Lamar Odom was gonna be the creme de la creme. You
thought Lamar was gonna be better than he was in the league?
Way better, nigga. Yeah, and Lamar, his career ended up being great. But when Lamar came out of school, bro, this nigga was 6'9" running a point.
He was actually on his way to doing that too, Ticket. If you remember when he was in Miami, he had made the Olympic team. Not only did he make the Olympic team, he was 19-10 when he was in Miami. And then he ended up getting moved to the Lakers. And it was just a bad team that was getting reconstructed.
When he started out with the Clippers, they started out wrong over there. Lamar Odom, all them dudes that started out with the Clippers had a bad like that losing wear down on you. But the one dude we didn't say too, I thought Adam Morrison, bro. As dominant as he was in college,
I did think Adam Morrison was gonna be good. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
My mom called that out. She said, "Nah, he not finna be nothing."
She
already saw he was gonna be whacked.
He tore his ACL his second year, right?
Who did?
Adam Morrison
in the league.
Yeah, he did what?
I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL.
No, he went and got on the bench.
No, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure he got injured in like the preseason.
I don't think so, Mars.
I'm
looking it up right now.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
He went to the Bobcats first or the Lakers? Where did he get drafted?
No, he went to the Bobcats.
Bobcats. Okay.
No,
I thought he tore his ACL in the preseason, like his second season.
Yeah, he did. Damn, this motherfucker Mars knowledge is wild. On October 21st, 2007, the Bobcats announced that Morrison sustained a severe injury to his left knee in a preseason game while defending Luke Walton. How ironic. Bending his knee laterally and falling on the ground in pain. Yep. Had a torn ACL. Hey, but so chill. You know you guys about to have Ronnie Turioff come on the show, right?
I didn't. I did just find that out not too long ago.
Yeah. So Ronnie Turioff, you know, he played with Adam Morrison at Gonzaga, right?
I did know that.
Yeah. So they was a tough duo.
Yes.
And me being from the Washington area, like we get their games locally, so I used to watch them dominate like that.
Boo.
You watch San Jose State?
Yeah,
You watch Sac State? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. You know, the women went to the tournament this year, so you stepping it up.
No, I didn't.
Well, pay attention, brother.
Focus, Ron.
A Tribe Called Lynn said Logan getting cooked all week. Open gym was his worst calling. Nash a top 10 offensively, and Kobe only at 8. And he said he's the same scorer as T-Mac was nasty.
Kobe was the same scorer as Tracy McGrady.
That's what he said.
No, I think they're saying Nash. I think he's saying Nash was a number like a ranking, like 0 to 10. I think he ranked Nash at 10 offensively and ranked Kobe at 8 offensively, and said Nash could score just as good as T-Mac. That's what I'm getting from this. I didn't see it, so correct me if I'm wrong, Mars, but that's what it looks
I ain't
like.
doing that. No, I'm not doing that. No,
I'm not doing that. I want to touch this one.
No, no way am I doing that.
If I touch this one, y'all gonna start calling me a low hater. So.
Alan R said y'all had Dame looking like Chill on that thumbnail.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
He was old. He looked old. Very old. There you go.
Mad Max Sports Talk said worked for FedEx. Auto fired if weapon in truck.
Yep.
That's part of the policy. Automatically, you are fired on this. Come back to the facility, turn in your badge, and you out.
Yeah, you could just kiss it goodbye. Ethan, depressed Cavs fan, said y'all just came out with another Chat GBT apology letter.
So that's that AI stuff.
Here's the stuff though. Here's the stuff though, Bob. If you are apologizing, because he did the same thing. You saw him when he was on the interview with Jalen Rose and how disingenuous he looked. It was like, yeah, I'm sorry. It didn't look sincere. So for him to come out and write an apology letter, I'm working on my mental issues. Okay, I can appreciate that. But now you're in a position where you have to show it. No more of this. I want to. You apologizing. We already heard that, and we've already seen you in the process of you apologizing. We've already seen you go right back to what you actually got in trouble for. So the apology letters and I'm working on my. Nobody wants to hear that. Show it to us.
Facts. You know how many times, man. It's just disingenuous. Like if I'm out running around with Ron, I'm going to the clubs with Ron, and he posting it on the internet, and my girl seeing it on Instagram. I come home and apologize at 4 a.m. Now I do the same thing next week. She don't want to hear that.
No, she don't. She doesn't.
What he said?
Yeah, that'll never be the case though. I do want to let everybody know that, as you can see the title of the show, the final rankings of all 30 NBA teams. We will do a ranking concluding the teams from everything over this year. So we'll see what is the final ranking of this season. We'll get into that once a couple of the other characters jump in here. We'll go ahead and make that happen. Do also want to say this show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. What is Underdog Fantasy? Well,
brought to you by.
Download the app and you'll see that it's the easiest way to make money possible. Hey, Underdog Fantasy pays my bills. How? Well, you go in there, choose a player, choose a couple players, your favorite players, your least favorite players, whoever that you think their stats are accurate for that night, and you go higher or you go lower. It's literally that simple. You can see it at the top of the chat. It's pinned right there. Here, right here. There you go. Right there. Go click on that. Use the promo code the panel and go ahead and get you some money.
Hey, Ron, you know who else I thought was going to be a beast in the NBA? My man out of Syracuse, Preston Shumpert. I thought Preston Shumpert was going to be an animal coming in the league, shooting the basketball at their guard position. I don't know if Mars know who that is. Look up Preston Shumpert. Out of Syracuse. He was a monster, bro.
Yeah.
Kind of had a game like Jalen Rose a little bit.
Wasn't bad.
Angie Carr said Zion made first team all cheeks this season, but y'all dropped the second team all corrections. All right, I'm done.
No, you're not, Angie. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not done. You're not done. I know it's gonna keep coming. So no, you're not done. No, you're not. You're not done.
With Zion
Just
this
keep
summer.
coming. Just keep coming.
And don't let more evidence come out.
All cheeks. All I told you, Ticket. I'm telling you right now, man, and I'm on record saying this. You better not give me evidence that this chick got this dude on tape getting it on. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to. Oh my god.
Oh no, she said. Hold on.
Ticket. You better not. I'm telling you, man.
Hold on, chill. She just revealed today that Zion is still contacting her. She's showing messages. He's still contacting her, and that's why she won't do any interviews because she said that they have over 50 tapes together.
Oh my god.
He said that today. Go look at her line.
50.
So we got a lot. So Ticket. So we don't have one. Okay. So just so you know, like 2 is excessive. 50 is a library.
Look on the line right now. She just put up today.
They got a
50
whole
is a
catalog.
library. I'm good.
Yeah, that's nuts.
She said Ja is addicted to it. She said everybody get mad at her. Well, I mean not Ja. She says Zion's addicted to it. And look, and listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There was a guy by the name of Wilt Chamberlain, and Chilltown knows this. Bro, Wilt was knocking him down like 3-4 at night, bro. Bro, this is the life, bro. Hey, listen, Ron, real talk. This is the life. If Zion was hooping and he was doing his job, nobody would care.
Nobody cared, yo. Nobody. I said this already. Nobody would care.
No, Ron, this is normal.
Will is the ultimate stat man. Triple doubles on the court and triple doubles off the court.
Ron, let me tell you something, Ron. Playing overseas, bro. We used to go after the game, man. We used to go to the club. I used to have 3 girls come to me after every single practice, every game. We go straight, boom, 3 girls every night. And do it like it was nothing. Get up the next day. I'm dead tired. I'm like, how is he? You ever had to do like that on your team? I'm like, how is he?
Yeah, he is. Hey, some dudes is just wired differently.
Like, I'm like, man. Hey, yo, he come like this. Then come knock on my door. Yo, Ticket. Trying to step out there. And I'm like, nigga, I'm tired as hell. Man, he said, man, I'm finna go play another all-nighter like this. That nigga go play an all-nighter, come back.
Oh my god.
For practice, on time, going hard. I'm like, what?
And Ticket, it be them guys that be going the hardest in practice.
Killing, bro. Killing. So Chilltown. This stuff, we only saying this stuff about Zion because he's not doing his job on the court. But
that's it. That's the only reason why this is a conversation. That's it.
All these dudes in NBA history, bro. I mean, we already know what's up, bro. You know how many women these cats knocking out on a nightly basis, bro?
First of all, Dwight Howard, I believe he's got 7 kids by 6 different chicks. Sean Kemp got 7 kids by 6 different chicks. So the idea that these dudes, the idea that these guys aren't wild, we all know that they wild. That ain't the problem. The problem is that Zion, his game ain't matching what's going on the floor. If his game was matching that, we wouldn't be paying no attention to this.
Right.
This would have nothing to do with it. And real quick, Ron, just so you know, if you filled up I still call it the Staples Center. If you filled up the Staples Center with chicks, it's still 1,100 chicks outside waiting to get in. That's what Chamberlain said.
Bro, listen. Let me say this to you, Chill. It used to be girls, and you probably heard about this back in your day and stuff like this too. It used to be girls that would get the hotel keys to these dudes' rooms and be in their rooms when they came. It's NBA players that have told these stories that they went to their hotel room and it's literally girls waiting in their room. Like, how'd you get in my room? Like, you know what I'm saying? They would pay the security at the hotel to get them a key to get in the room. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like this for real. You go to the hotel, all these women's outside. So it's not like it's just Zion doing this. No, it's just that he's not playing no games. He's basically been a bust as far as injuries and not being able to play. But then you're doing all this. So everybody's wondering how you got all this time for the runs, but you ain't got time for the basketball. At least Wilt was killing on the court. He was killing on the court and off the court. This dude only can kill one way. He can only kill the buns.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend too much time on Zion, but for me, like the needle pusher for me was him doing all of that and then turning around and saying I'm 99% healthy. That's my only thing.
I'll play with Zion. I'll play when I feel like Zion.
Elder said something in the chat room just now. The Elder's so right. It was the craziest
Elder, pull up.
The craziest Elder, you can pull up, man. The craziest thing about Wilt, he played all 48 minutes.
He wasn't coming out the game.
Chill.
I think for his career, he averaged like 46 minutes a game for his career.
Bro, that's
crazy. For his career, he averaged 40. I think he averaged 46 minutes a game.
That's crazy, bro.
Yes. The 100, just so you know, the 100-point game, Wilt told this story. The 100-point game, Wilt said he didn't sleep the night before. He was up all night. He said he got a couple of hours of sleep before the game because he was quote unquote an insomniac.
Somebody said Wilt was a myth. That wasn't a myth. He was really with 10 women every day. That wasn't
Wilt was for real.
That was facts.
Yeah, Wilt was for real. 100% he was. So.
That was facts.
All right, y'all. Keeping it pushing. Yeah, I'll send it to him.
All right.
Your boy TKZ said redraft the 2019 top 5. I want to hear from everybody. So if you guys are having trouble remembering who's in that class, I do got to pull
Zion. It was Zion, Ja, RJ Barrett. Who was the number 4 pick that year in 2019?
DeAndre Hunter.
Okay.
Darius Garland
was 5.
Darius Garland was 5. Darius Garland was 5. Well, even if we doing a redraft, Darius Garland does not go ahead of Ja today. He does not. Still to this day, he does not go ahead of Ja.
Hold on, right quick, chill. Let me throw in some other names too. Let me throw in some other names that may have been forgotten. You got Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish, Cam Johnson, Tyler Hero was 13. Who else? Brandon Clark was 21 to the Thunder. Grant Williams 22 to the Celtics. Baisley 23. Jordan Poole at 28. Keldon Johnson at 29. Kevin Porter Jr. at 30. This was actually a solid draft for real.
Ball was in that draft at 44.
Yep. Cody Martin.
If Bo was in it, that means that's Michael Porter Jr., right?
Horton Tucker was 46.
Terrence
Mann was 48.
Yeah, before? Oh, okay.
18. Yeah, and 18.
Bro, Terrence Mann was in that draft. Hey, bro, teams drafted well to get Terrence Mann that late. Hey, Ron.
What's up?
Look at who the Lakers had drafted that year, bro. The Lakers passed up. I want y'all to think about it. The Lakers had number 4 overall pick. They got DeAndre Hunter, right? The Lakers got DeAndre Hunter in the draft.
Traded him.
They passed up Darius Garland. They passed up Roy Hachimura. They passed up PJ Washington, Tyler Hero. They passed up all these guys, man. Matisse Thybulle. They passed up Brandon Clark. They passed up Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole might be one of the best ones out of that whole draft. Kevin Porter Jr. Damn.
Mars, how you feel about Kevin Porter Jr. in Houston, by the way? You out? Are you out? Okay. I just want to make sure.
That's why we need to get Amen Thompson so KPJ can be on the bench. He'll be a good 6-man. I like him off the bench. But starting point guard, nah.
What did play point guard? She's really an off guard for real.
Yeah, he is. But they had to try to fit him next to Jalen. So now he's playing the one when he really shouldn't be.
Okay, my bad. That was an AD trade. My bad, y'all.
Oh, okay. I was
the Hawks drafting him.
Okay, y'all.
But even then, though, it still applies, though. You took DeAndre Hunter, and it still, was a plethora of talent that they could have chose from. But let me hear you guys' top 5, though.
I'll go with Ja at the top. RJ Barrett, Garland, Hunter. Who's the number 5 one again?
Well, Zion is the name you haven't said.
Right.
So why would you draft Zion?
Because of health.
No. But he's saying,
you're taking RJ Barrett over Darius Garland.
Hold on, he said if we was a redraft today.
Yeah. I'm not taking Zion.
I'm taking
Mars. And the reason why I'm going with RJ Barrett, I dig a guy when I see his ascension. And as good as Darius Garland is, I mean, I don't know how much more is there. I feel like there's more there left with RJ Barrett. I think that I can get a 25, 26 a game season from him. I've seen 22 already, and he's getting better. I think I could get a 25. I think I could get a 26 a game season. He's one of the better transition players when he's playing. He scores really well in transition. I'd like to see him be a better defender. I don't know how much more I'm getting from Darius Garland. Am I gonna get Darius Garland as an All-Pro at some point? I would love to see him as an All-Pro. And I do dig Darius Garland, but I don't know how much more is there from him as opposed to RJ Barrett.
Well, I say this, Chilltown. I'm still going with Zion number 1 because he's the biggest talent. He's the best talent. And I think that he just didn't like being in New Orleans. I think that's the reason why I think it's wrong. And I would agree. I know Bob will say, well, that's wrong. I agree with Bob on that already. I think it's wrong how he been unprofessional because of that. But I think that if he would have went to like the Knicks or something like that, he would have automatically had to been on top of his game because the Knicks media and the fans would
wouldn't have been having it. They wouldn't have had it.
And I think you would have saw the best of him. I think you saw the best of him over there. So I think that I probably still would have went with Zion number 1. I would have probably went number 2. I would have went with Ja, even though in the situation I would have had to go with talent. Number 3, I would not have went with RJ Barrett. I would have went number 3 with based off what I'm seeing right now. I would have went with Jordan Poole. at number 3.
Mm.
Number 4, I would have went with I would have went with Darius
Garland.
At number 4, and number 5, I would have went with Roy Hachimura.
I probably would go Ja, Darius, Tyler Hero.
Top 3, Tyler Hero. Ooh. You think Tyler Hero better than RJ Barrett?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I'll probably take RJ 4 and then Rui 5.
All right.
Hold on, y'all in the chat room. We saying right now. You damn right I'm picking Roy Hachimura top 5 right now. You see the way he looked?
Yeah.
Damn,
Washington was using him way wrong. They was using him way wrong. As soon as he got to Los Angeles, I was like, watch how much better he gonna be.
That's crazy.
Just as a transition player alone, I knew he was gonna be better.
That's facts. And listen, not only that, think about this. We get on Jordan Poole, but when Steph Curry was hurt, he still averaged 27 a game. I can't take that away from him. He averaged 27, 4 and 4 a game. And one over 50% of the games when it was him and Klay Thompson. I can't get away from that.
And I can't get away from them last year, even though they won an NBA championship, and I got a lot of pushback from this. I felt like they rushed Klay. The way Jordan Poole was playing, they didn't have to rush Klay back into the lineup. They could have kept Jordan Poole playing the way he was playing, and they could have slowly eased Klay Thompson back into the lineup. But instead, they threw him back in the lineup and completely screwed up Jordan Poole.
They kept changing the roles, Chilltown. They had him starter, bench.
They didn't have to do that. You gotta
let him ball. That's why
they did not have to do that.
Gotta let him play, bro. I like Jordan Poole game, but gotta let him play,
bro. Mars, did you say yours?
Who you got, Mars?
I'll take Ja number 1, Zion number 2, Darius Garland number 3, Nicholas Claxton number 4. Number 5, I'll go Tyler Hero.
Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
Over Jordan Poole?
Easily.
Claxton. Damn, Mars. Claxton. I mean, I can appreciate the defensive side of the basketball. He, I think, is going to be, for a time, I think he's going to be elite. But what he doesn't bring on offense, I think gets a little tricky because he's a complete. I'm not going to say a complete liability on offense, but
moves, man. Keep it real.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
I don't need him to have post moves. Run to the rim, catch lobs, set screens, finish at the rim. That's it.
We killed Jordan Poole, but as a 4th option behind Steph, Klay, and Wiggins, Jordan Poole averaged 20.4 points per game last season, 2.7 rebounds, and 4.5 assists last year. In Jordan Poole's career, and I want y'all to think about that's a 4th option with Jordan Poole. When he went to the 1st option, he averaged 26.8 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists as a number 1 option when Steph got hurt. Then you look at Jordan Poole's other years, bro. His NBA career has been great so far. Year 1, he was 8.8. Year 2, 12 points. Year 3, 18.5. Year 4, 20.4.
Right.
But he's inefficient and he's also
right.
Fooled. He's also fooled on the other end.
Right. That last year that
he shoot 43% from the field this year. James Harden shot basically 42 for the last how many years?
But the stuff that James Harden does is way more valuable than what Jordan Poole did. James Harden as a playmaker, James Harden as a distributor, right? All of those other things. Jordan Poole was primarily bucket.
But we didn't hold on. But Jordan Poole was better in his role than James Harden was at the 6-man role. Jordan Poole was better in his role. Remember, James Harden fell apart in the NBA Finals, and that was part of the reason why they lost. Jordan Poole, in his role as being a 4th guy, was better than James Harden when he was with OKC
in 2012.
No, I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about. When James Harden in 2012, you're talking about
all the years he was in OKC and he was coming off the bench. He was worse than what Jordan Poole is, the 4th player on this team, because he's coming behind Curry, Klay, and a number 1 overall pick in Wiggins. So he's a 4th option on that team, averaging 20. Like I said, and when he went to the 1st option, he's averaging almost 27 a game. So if I put Poole at the 1st option, we ain't having a question. And
so would that be?
You can't say he was putting up empty stats because they were over 500 when he was a number 1 guy.
Even if that's true, though, Ticket, when you talk about Jordan Poole, it's a lot different me being the 3rd or the 4th option because, number 1, pressure. I don't have to. I get way different looks when I'm playing with Kevin Durant, when I'm playing with Russell Westbrook, when I'm playing with Ibaka and guys like that. I'm getting way different looks as opposed to Jordan Poole, who I'm playing with Klay Thompson, I'm playing with Steph Curry, I'm playing with all of these guys as the fourth option. Now I moved James Harden to the number one option. He's more valuable.
Hold on.
Not only is he more valuable, he's a better player.
Here's why I call cap. What y'all think Jordan Poole would have averaged playing for Mike D'Antoni? Now every player we know for Mike D'Antoni numbers.
He would not.
Hold on. Chris Duhon averaged major numbers playing for Mike D'Antoni. Man, cut it out, bro.
Chris Duhon did that 100%. He did.
Jeremy Lin looked like an all-world player playing for Mike D'Antoni offense. So you put James Harden, who was averaging around 25, 26 with Kevin McHale. That's about what Poole was averaging without Curry and Klay. He was averaging 27. You put him with Mike D'Antoni, his average goes up to 35, 36 points a game. If you look at Jeremy Lin was out of the league. He goes and plays with Mike D'Antoni. He's averaging 20 points per game for a whole stretch. You look at guys.
I never put that together. That Jeremy Lin was doing that under Mike D'Antoni.
And listen,
in New York.
No, I ain't even finished. Joe Johnson. Look at the numbers he put up under Mike D'Antoni before he went off and branched off himself. He wasn't like that before.
Right.
Look at the numbers that Jim Jackson was putting up under Mike D'Antoni. All these dudes were putting up major numbers playing for Mike D'Antoni, bro.
Go ahead, Mars.
So
are you implying that Jordan Poole with Mike D'Antoni would be the same level of score?
No.
If
Jordan Poole was playing for Mike D'Antoni, he'd be averaging 30 plus points a game.
So would he be the same level of score as James Harden?
And that's the point that I'm making, Ticket, because when I think about the value of what James Harden was doing when he was with, because don't forget, when he was playing with Mike D'Antoni, he was also averaging 10 assists. He was doing that too. So it wasn't like he was just averaging buckets. It wasn't like he was just 36 a game and he wasn't doing anything else. He was averaging 9 assists. So he was 36 and 10. He was doing all of that stuff. He was giving you.
I will give you that. I give you that because he's a different type of player than Jordan Poole. But I'm saying Jordan Poole we would have been looking at Jordan Poole like he's more explosive, even than what he was offensively. Because guys like Mike D'Antoni, he has proven that he can take players who average these numbers and up your averages to crazy.
But it's fool's gold though. But it's fool's gold with Mike D'Antoni, and the reason why it's fool's gold is because it's obvious that Mike D'Antoni's game plan is consistent with a punch drunk boxer. I think I can hit you more than I can stop you from hitting me, and that's all we're gonna do. We're not going to do anything else. So with Jordan Poole playing for Mike D'Antoni, sure, his numbers are going to look good in terms of his ability to score, but on the other side of the basketball, very much like James Harden, who actually brings more, Jordan Poole is food. And that part is where the separator is. Now, I can appreciate the stance of Jordan Poole having to play with Mike D'Antoni and being awesome in that system. But when I think about Jordan Poole as a number 4 option, my job is a lot different as a number 4 option. It looks a lot different, and my job is a lot different as opposed to when I'm a number 1 option. Completely different.
So, okay. So the year Chris Duhon, the only years he played for Mike D'Antoni is when his average went up. He averaged the most when he played with Mike D'Antoni.
I don't think that's a question. We already know what Mike D'Antoni's system is, right? We saw what the 8 seconds or less offense was when he was in Phoenix. We saw what he was doing with James Harden when he was in Houston. I don't think that's a question of him enhancing you as a scorer. But if we're talking about James Harden and we're talking about Jordan Poole, Jordan Poole cannot do the same thing, and he would not be nearly as effective as James Harden was as a number 1.
No. My point is, okay, I'm arguing with Mars.
Even as a scorer.
No, I'm arguing what Mars was saying about Nick Claxton. And the reason why I'm saying that, even if you put a guy like Nick Claxton with Mike D'Antoni, his numbers would increase, but they wouldn't be to the effectiveness of a guy like Jordan Poole. I ain't taking him over Jordan Poole. I'm not taking the other dude Mars said over no Jordan Poole. So if you think about it, bro, I'm going to say it again. The man averaged 27 a game. That's hard to do in the NBA and win. When Steph Curry got hurt, everybody hold on. When Steph Curry got hurt, I got Mars on tape saying that he thought the season was going to be over with when Steph Curry got hurt. But that's not what happened. Jordan Poole put the team on his back and kept the team afloat. These is facts. So, and he was averaging 27 points a game doing it. So this ain't with Steph Curry out there taking looks off of you. This is with him, with Klay Thompson. Remember, Wiggins was out because Wiggins wasn't playing. So that's more attention on Jordan Poole. Man, Jordan Poole better than half all them dudes, man. Y'all don't get to do this credit because y'all don't like Jordan Poole. That's just what it is.
I don't have a problem with Jordan Poole at all. I don't. That's not true. I don't have a problem with Jordan Poole. I just don't want to overrate him and have him to be something that I don't think he is. No, I'm not doing that.
What do you think he is then?
I think that at his peak, I think Jordan Poole is if Jordan Poole is a number 1, I don't think I got people talking to me, like I said, about him being Bradley Beal good or him being Donovan Mitchell good. He ain't that good. No.
I think he's Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson.
You think he's what?
I think he's
But he's already better. He's already putting up better numbers than Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson's not bad though, Tiki.
No,
really not bad.
Come on.
Jordan Clarkson really nice. For real.
Come on. Let's not do this. Hold on.
As a matter of fact, Tiki, I think Jordan Clark might be better than Jordan Poole.
What?
Yeah, Ticket. Hey, but look though, Ticket. See, this is what you're. Ticket. This is what you think I'm doing by saying that. You think that I'm downing Jordan Poole. But really, Jordan Clark is like that, though.
Man, then Jordan Poole?
We're talking about the sixth man of the year. We're talking about a dude that was off the bench, 18 a game, 17 a game, something like that.
Where was Jordan Clarkson drafted when he came in the league?
He was drafted in the second round.
The Lakers, second round.
Drafted to the Lakers.
But he was a late second round pick or early?
No, he was early. I think he was like
I think he was at mid second round.
Him and Poole was right around the same position, right?
Poole was late first. Jordan Clarkson was at mid second. Similar. Okay,
they're similar positions, right? Okay, so now check this out, right? Poole had it harder because when Jordan Clarkson came in the league, he was playing with an old Kobe, and then he was playing with D'Lo, a rookie D'Lo, and then a rookie Brandon Ingram, right?
I think Brandon Ingram was the next year, but yeah.
Yeah. So when he came in,
yeah.
Right, he had more of an opportunity to do his thing than what Jordan Poole did. Jordan Poole, his career from the first 4 years in the league have been far more successful than what Jordan Clarkson was. Jordan Clarkson, just the last 3 years, became what he was. You remember, after the year he played with LeBron in Cleveland, everybody was trying to say that he was washed up, his game was done. Utah saved his career. Utah made him sixth man of the year, saved his career. Utah made him the 20-point per game scorer he was last year. But and they wasn't winning.
We could say the same thing. We could say the same thing about Jordan Poole when he was with the Golden State Warriors. Because if Jordan Poole is in Atlanta, if Jordan Poole is in Orlando, is he still in the league?
Yes.
We don't know. We don't know he's that nice. They could have screwed him up. The fact that he was in Golden State, playing behind Steph Curry, playing behind Klay Thompson, that might have helped. That might have enhanced his career. That might have enhanced his confidence. But if he's ended up in Minnesota or he in Portland, he might be out the league at this point.
Wasn't he a big time player already coming out of Michigan in the national championship game?
I think he had a buzzer beater, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, bro, he was in the national championship game.
But even being in college,
just based on where he was drafted at.
Man, these dudes hating on this man. No, Ron.
I'm not hating. Ticket. I think I like Jordan Poole considered the worst second most up here behind you.
What?
He was considered the worst pick in the draft. And Golden State took him.
Goddamn, man. Now this is disgusting.
Hey, that's not me saying it. That's what he was considered. I don't agree. That's what he was considered.
He was in the national championship game.
That's what they considered him.
If he was regarded that highly, he would have went lottery.
Where'd he go? Where'd he get picked at, Ron?
He went 28.
He was in the national championship game.
He was.
Right, hold on. Right. And he in that year in Michigan, let me pull it up right now. That was a 2018-2019 season.
Mm-hmm.
That year he averaged. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see what Mars is saying. That year he averaged 12.8 points per game.
And I'm not saying I think he was the worst pick. I'm saying when they picked him, he was considered the worst.
He came out the second year out of college. He didn't even go to college 4 years. So they liked him good enough that he was drafted 2 years out of school.
Hey, once again, Ticket, I love Jordan Poole. I think he gets a little too much slander. Now I do think that he should be a tougher player. I think he needs to improve his defense, his decision making and stuff like that. But I like what he brings to the table, and I think he's very talented, and I think he's a bucket. But with that being said, I think Jordan Clarkson, he just got a little more dog in him.
No, Ron. I agree with you. Jordan Clarkson's nice, but he didn't have that for all those years. He just got Jordan. How many years Jordan Clarkson been in the league?
Like 7.
Wow, how many years Jordan Clarkson been in the league? Like, no, because he was in the league.
Oh no,
it's
when Kobe Bryant retired. That was
2016. So like 7 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So he's been in the league almost 8 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jordan Poole's been in the league 4 years and has done everything this dude pretty much. Bro, y'all, man, this is crazy, bro.
I mean, but Ticket though.
I'm just saying it's the same mode of their career trajectory. I'm not saying Jordan Poole is gonna be as good as Jordan Clark. I'm saying that's his role. I think he's a six-man player. That's what I think. I think he's a scorer off the bench, doesn't play defense, doesn't really create for other people, but can create shots in isolation of the pick and roll.
Hold on, he doesn't create for other people.
No, he does not, Ticket. No, he does not. You can't sell this.
Hold on. So when Curry was out, how was he averaging almost 5 assists? Because Curry
you have the ball enough, you're gonna get assists. I mean, that's just
and 5 assists and 5 assists. That's really not. That's 1 assist a quarter.
In the Warriors offense, when Draymond Green is
right, which should be more.
No, because Draymond Green has the ball.
When Jordan Poole's on the floor, he's taking the ball out of Draymond's hand.
Right.
He is. Go watch them.
Steph Curry taking the ball out, but Jordan Poole.
Because Steph Curry's better without the ball than Jordan Poole is. When Steph Curry's on the floor with Jordan Poole has the ball more than Steph Curry. Steph Curry will be off the ball and Jordan Poole will be running the offense.
And on top of that, the 27 a game, it wasn't like he was 27 a game and he was only taking like 12 or 11 or 12 shots. He was getting a lot of shots, which means he had the ball a lot. He had the ball a lot more.
His percentage went up. His field goal percentage went up.
Because he's a rhythm player. When you get the ball more, you get more in rhythm.
As the fourth option on the team, as the fourth offensive option, coming off the bench, he averaged 4.5 assists this year. That's great. He averaged 4.5 assists per game this year off the bench as a fourth option, playing 30 minutes a game.
Think about that. 30 minutes. That's starter minutes.
Hold on, but
Steph Curry,
Steph Curry only averaging 6.5. Draymond Green's averaging the most. So
because he's the primary ball handler in the offense.
I think Jordan Clarkson has similar assist numbers to Jordan Poole.
Boy, this don't make y'all some.
Wait a minute, Ticket. This is what we getting off of. You're telling me that 4.5 assists in 30 minutes. First and foremost, that's starter numbers. I think Steph Curry averaged something like 32 minutes a game. So that's almost starter numbers. So to average 4 assists, Jordan Poole is coming off the bench to shoot the basketball. He's only passing when he has to. He's not passing the ball even as a primary distributor. He's not even looking to pass. He passes because he has to pass the basketball. Man. Ain't nobody saying that he's not buckets, because I am saying he's buckets. But I think that Jordan Poole, if you put Jordan Poole in a like Lou Williams role, Manu Ginobili type of role, I think that I think Jamal Crawford. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I was thinking about.
Hold on.
Jamal Crawford, guys like that.
Everybody in the comment section talking about something with the turnovers. Nigga, Steph Curry was having all them turnovers when he came in the league, nigga. So what y'all talking about? Nigga, Steph Curry was having the same amount of turnovers. What is y'all talking? Steph Curry was turning it over in the finals, throwing it behind his back, throwing it to nobody. Y'all didn't say nothing. But now all of a sudden y'all got all these words for Jordan Poole, man. Come on, man.
Can I ask you a question, Ticket? Why are you so high on Jordan Poole? And keep in mind, bro, I think out of everybody up here, I like Jordan Poole more than everybody except you. But what do you see?
Dog. I see the ability, and I seen it him being the number one guy. The Golden State Warriors had a winning record when it was him and Klay Thompson. He was a number one option. Klay Thompson played better with Jordan Poole.
So if you take this is what I want to ask you, Ticket. Let's take Steph off the floor and let's put let's put Jordan Poole in that role primarily. What do you think the Golden State Warriors look like?
The same thing they look like this year. Second round out.
So they're a second round knockout. Now put Jordan Poole again in that primary role. Where is Jordan Poole? Is he an all-star?
Yeah, he definitely makes all.
Is he an all-NBA performer?
Maybe no.
Wait. Are you talking about replace Steph Curry with Jordan Poole?
Curry's off the floor and Jordan Poole is now the primary.
Come on, bro.
Bob, you can't say that because we did that for a big period of time when Steph was hurt, and the man averaged 27 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Oh, he was going.
And they had a winning record. Hold on.
That's called a stretch, though, Ron. That's not a.
Hold on.
What was that? 11 games?
But no, that was over 26 games. So let's say this, right? And they had a winning record, bro.
It is called a stretch, Chill, but you still can't take it off the table.
I'm not fighting it. I'm not saying he would do
it for longevity. No. I'm more so crediting.
That's the point, though, Ron. And that's the point right there, because it's very similar to a quarterback showing up in the league, and we ain't really got it.
And hold on, it's no way they beat us in the first round without Steph Curry.
He averaged 20 as a fourth option.
No way.
He averaged 20 as a fourth option on a championship level team. We not y'all making it seem like, oh, this nigga just garbage. Man, that's crazy.
No, I'm not saying no. Ticket, you misconstrued. No,
I am.
Okay. And then we gotta think about this too. Let's be honest. The man got knocked the hell out before the season started, bro.
That did play a factor. I won't fight that. I will not argue that. Yeah, I will not fight that. That
did. Did you say he's still coming back too?
Come on,
his equilibrium and all of this, his program system.
No, Chill Town. But you gotta take that to effect. Him looking at this dude and I got to hear this from the crowd every game about how my own teammate knocked me the hell out. Then I got to go play with this dude on the court while everybody else in the crowd and on the other teams clowning me the whole goddamn game. And he still got to perform under those standards. Yeah, y'all talk all that stuff when I told y'all Antoine Jameson yesterday was the third leading scorer for the Cavs with 16.5 points. Y'all said that wasn't good enough. Jordan Poole averaged 20.4 as a fourth guy on his team behind Steph, Clay, and Wiggins. Oh, y'all still hating on this dude, man. Come on, bro.
Yo, quick side note, like, how could you really talk to a dude? How could you talk to me and you got punched in the face in practice? And we all saw it. Like, you can't talk tough to me.
I'm just saying, bro. Ain't nobody at first. Everybody felt bad for him, but then after the playoffs went, everybody tried to side with Draymond. Come on, bro. Keep the same energy, bro.
I mean, getting punched don't make you soft. You know what I'm saying?
It don't. But when you talking tough to me and you on camera getting punched in the face, I mean, it's pretty hard to believe you. It just is.
But Ticket. So you for real think that without Steph Curry and if Jordan Poole playing those minutes, they would have beat us in the first round? I think you.
Yeah, nigga. No, hold on. No, let me think. I don't know, man. It would have been a solid series. Y'all probably would have won. So I take that back. But I don't think they would have been at the same. I think if he would have had a different start, they wouldn't have played y'all. It would have been a different because they got off to a bad start. They got off to a horrible start to the season.
That's a fact.
It continued on the road. It did. It continued on the road.
They only started playing better when Steph got hurt.
So Steph's the problem.
No, I'm just saying this year. I'm saying this year when Steph Curry got hurt, the team played better when Jordan Poole was running the show. When it was him and Clay. These are facts. Look it up. That's when their season turned around. That's when they went above 500 and they was winning all those games. Steph Curry was sitting on the sideline. Yeah. Everybody forget that. All I'm doing is presenting facts. But since now you play Captain Save-A-Hole with this dude and say, okay, Curry's back. You're on the bench again. Now he built up all that confidence from starting and playing his role. Now I got to go back to the bench and come in and get selected shots. And chill town, y'all know how it is to be the third and the fourth option to not know when your shots are coming every night. That's different when I'm a starting guy. I'm the number one option. I know where my shots coming from every night. Everybody can't make that adjustment. Everybody can't do that. Some dudes are meant to be that guy. And Jordan Poole is meant to be that guy. He meant to be one of the main football points in the offense.
Hey, fellas, to bring it back to the initial question, it is one guy that's in my top 5 that nobody else mentioned, but I in the 2019 draft, I would take him top 5.
Time out. Breaking news, Ron. Wembanyama's going to play Summer League. I'm watching him.
I knew he was going to play. I don't know.
So he is going to play.
That's what Ticket just said.
So he is going to play. All right.
Yes.
So he is going to play. Even if it's 1 or 2 games, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to see him on the floor. But Ron, you were about to say something about the top 5.
I was about to say, so I go Ja first, Zion second, Darius Garland third. I think that's a consensus top 3. I don't think any of those 3 any of them shouldn't be in the top 3. But next, as my 4th, Zion. This is where I shake things up.
Ron, let him up, Ron.
And I'm gonna go with somebody that nobody said. I'm gonna go with Keldon Johnson. I'm taking Keldon Johnson as my number 4. And then 5th, I'm gonna round it out with Tyler Hero.
How do y'all justify having Zion top 3? I don't understand.
Tyler Hero over Jordan Poole too?
Yeah, I did. But,
man, hey yo, man, I swear to God.
Hey, Ticket. You know, are you watching Tyler Hero?
I'm gonna tell you what's the difference for me, Ticket. Because to me, it's a coin flip between those two. What's the difference is, I like the fact that really it's just team success. I'm gonna say it as simple as that. Tyler Hero's played in the championship.
He won a chip. Jordan Poole won a chip.
That's true. That's true. He did win a chip.
That is very true. That is very. That is true. It's
just playing with Steph Curry, man.
Come on, man. Cut this cap out, man.
He playing with the best. He's playing with the best player of his generation.
Man, y'all dudes are disgusting.
Come on.
Y'all disgusting, bro.
Maybe it's because Tyler Hero's team wasn't supposed to make it that far.
Jordan Poole
made it that far.
Hero's just a better basketball player than Jordan Poole.
What?
And I mean, if Tyler Hero was playing with Steph Curry, you would be saying the same thing about him.
Let me ask you a question, Bob. Could Tyler Hero have done what Jordan Poole did without Steph Curry this year?
Yes.
Man, this nigga on.
Yes, Tyler's better than Jordan. But what I want to get to the bottom of is how do y'all justify having redrafting? Now this is a redraft. We've already seen these first 4 or 5 years. How do y'all justify drafting Zion top 3 still?
I tell you how.
I'm not passing on that.
This is absurd from you.
When he's on the court, he's 26 a game, and they were the number 1 team in the West.
Okay, when he's on the court, you said that, Tiki. You said when he's on the court. So I want you to stop disrespecting Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. I don't think it's right. I agree with you, but I want to say something to you, Bob. I agree with your mind and your premise. I agree with that. Take that out of it.
Okay.
I think that it's wrong what he did. I think the reason why he's doing this is because he don't want to be in New Orleans. I think he wants to be in the Big Apple, in the big city, where he can be marketed better and make way more money and be on TV more and all this other stuff. I think that he got the wrong stuff motivating him, bro. And I think that's wrong. But
isn't there a lot more distractions in New York though?
No,
way more.
No. But here's the thing: it's a lot more pressure to do your job, or else they're gonna destroy your career. It's a lot more criticism that comes with that. It's a lot more. Look at all the criticism. The big fella get that Mars cook all the time. Julius Randle. Julius Randle took this team to the playoffs for the first time in 10 years, and they booed this dude.
Good. Boo him.
Now,
he's the only All-Pro that they had in the last 10 years.
In 10 years, and they booed him.
He's the only All-Pro that they had since Carmelo.
And y'all think Zion can handle that type of pressure?
Yeah, Zion built for that. He built for the big city.
Man,
I think it would make him.
I think Zion's soft personally, mentally. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he can take it. I think he thought that the NBA was going to be a cakewalk. He was going to be able to do what he wanted to do. He was going to get treated the same way he got treated all his life. And now it's a reality check.
It has been a cakewalk for him.
I was about to say it would be if he was healthy.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If y'all talking about it hasn't been
on the court. It's been a cakewalk.
He's played 100 games in 5 seasons.
In those 100 games, it's been a cakewalk.
That's pitiful. That's pitiful. That's pitiful from both of y'all.
What's pitiful? When he's on the court, he dominates.
When he's on the court, when is he on the court, Ron? When is he on the court?
I don't care if it's 20% of the time. I don't care if it's 5% of the time. When he's on the court, this makes it look easy.
This boy out here trying to get a contract with Pornhub. He don't got no intentions. He not even trying to play no basketball.
All right.
This boy out here doing windmills before the game.
I gotta agree with
99%.
Think about that for a second, Bob, and then telling us, yo, I'll come back when I feel like Zion.
What?
Because you sure do look like him. Zion. You sure do look like him right here. So what's the problem? I don't get it.
What's up,
hey,
man?
Fellas, for me, Poole's talented, but the lack of IQ, especially in big moments, for me, I'm taking Jordan Poole over that dude all day, every day. Skills.
Wait, I'm taking who over him?
I'm taking Jordan Clarkson over Poole. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because of.
But remember this.
Let me explain it. Ticket.
Hold on, you're saying this after 4 years. What was Jordan Clarkson after 4 years in the league? He wasn't as mindset he is now. 8 years in the league.
I'm judging it right now. So I mean, so just hear me out, please. You know what I'm saying? The low IQ of Jordan Poole, right? Jordan Poole only plays at one speed, and that's his speed, right? We've seen Poole in big games, big moments, and he turns the ball over. He just does dumb things. I can trust Clarkson for what he's asked to do on the team just to get buckets. I trust that more than I trust Poole doing what he's asked to do, because Poole at times in big moments, he's inconsistent. I'm not doing it. And I got to push back on Chilltown for this RJ Barrett comment. There's nothing special about RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett scoring 26 points a game. Give me Darius 21 and 10, 21 points, 10 assists. Is always going to be way more impactful than RJ just scoring 26 points a game. I think RJ Barrett is a good player, but bro, Darius Garland impacts the game to me in more ways. RJ, he's good, he's cool. I mean, he's a lefty. I get it, but bro, no, give me Darius Garland, bro, all day, every day.
I agree.
All right, so I got a couple super chats. We're gonna go ahead and dive into these. And then in a second, we about to get to this 30-team ranking, postseason ranking. It's Mr. GQ to you said, how come no one ever brings up the fact that the Lakers tried to trade Kobe for LeBron in 2007? And why did Kobe deny the trade? Because the Cavs were a poorly ran organization.
That's not true. That is not true.
That
is not true. That is the biggest lie. You want to talk about lies? Now, when Ticket talk about people lying, that is a lie right there. That is 100% a lie. Get the hell out of here. That is a lie.
That was no. Now, Chilltown. Now, Ron. Hold on, Ron. Now, I almost said this, chill. Now, you did. Now, chill. You my boy, but you did lie when you said last night, and you keep pushing this narrative that LeBron left Miami because it wasn't because of injuries. He saw D-Wade and them breaking down and didn't think he could win no more. Because if LeBron thought he could win more championships in Miami, there was no way he was leaving championships on the table in Miami to go back to Cleveland. He thought he could win in Cleveland because he seen Kyrie and he seen the fact that they had the number 1 overall pick and they could use that to go get Kevin Love, who was killing at that time. So he thought he had a better chance of winning a championship with Cleveland than he did Miami. But if he thought he had a better chance of winning in Miami, he would have never left going forward. When they got ran off the court by the Spurs the way they did, LeBron James seen the writing on the wall right then. That's why he hightailed and got out when he saw that situation was better.
Was he wrong for that ticket?
Yeah, because hold on. This is why I say he's wrong for that. He's wrong for that because me and Chilltown had the argument last night. I don't think, and this is where me and Chill part ways. I don't think Chill thinks that they were a poorly ran organization, Cleveland. I think Chilltown, me and him got argument because he said he doesn't think it was ran well enough for them to for LeBron to want to stay there. I thought that was wrong because I thought that the owner of the team bent his back over to do all these things to help make LeBron James accommodated and made the moves that LeBron James constantly wanted them to make, trying to find the right formulas. Like Mar said last night, the way the East was playing, they identified that and they put themselves at the top of the chart right there. Well, you win 66 and 61 games, you picked to win the chip. So you really supposed to go get it done. They underachieved. I can't blame that on the front office for the players underachieving when they gave you, the proper pieces to win all these games. You got to go close the deal. It's like Jordan said, the Warriors can win 73 games. If you don't win the championship, it don't mean nothing. So does that mean that the Warriors organization didn't give them enough, even though they won 73 games, got to the finals and choked? No, they just didn't do what they were supposed to do. So
but even after that though, Tiki, even after they won that many games and lost, they still went to get better though. They went and got Kevin Durant, which obviously I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a lot of these moves.
Who got Kevin Durant?
The Warriors.
The Warriors after that, because you said you're talking about the 73 and 73
no, because they lost. Because they lost. Yeah. And here's the thing.
But the LeBron them lost too. But what did they do after that to get better?
They lost and they didn't think they could beat LeBron again. So that's why they did that. They didn't think that, and that was wrong. I said this too. They should have ran it back. Steph Curry and them was wrong because when they went and got KD, it showed weakness on their side to me because they should have ran it the same. You went 7 games with this team, so that means it was a close series. We running that back, dog. I ain't going to get no big brother. None of this stuff. We went down to the wire, 7 games down to the last minute of the game. We running that back. Straight up.
Right. And I feel you. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying they didn't.
Hold on. But that's what I'm saying about LeBron. He went 7 games with the Boston Celtics. He'll tell me up here acting like the Celtics was this all-world team that was just running through these dudes and smacking these dudes out. They went 7 games with them cats. And like my boy Mars said, my new tag team champion of the world, he said that. Like Mars said, it was LeBron having a bad performance against the Boston Celtics. These is facts. But the Cap Town, don't want to admit that. And that's my only beef with this brother.
Well, first of all, I never said that James left Miami.
Oh, I gotta. We can't do this right now. We can't. This is going on 3 episodes.
Damn, Chill, you got cooked. That's crazy.
It happens, B. It happens. I'm good with it.
Derek Washington said in 2012, if D Rose didn't get hurt against the Sixers in the playoffs, why did the media outlets feel the Bulls would have made the finals instead of the Heat that year?
Well, the media outlets, they picked teams to win the NBA championship. They picked the Knicks to beat the Bulls in 93. The Bulls beat them.
The Pacers to beat the Bulls in 98.
Right. They picked the Pacers. So just because the media thinks that they're going to win, that doesn't mean that they're going to win. So
man, the media don't know shit.
Yeah, just because the media picks them to win,
we all think Giannis and them to win the chip this year.
Right.
Yeah, that's you guys.
Nobody picked the Nuggets to win the chip except for Lowe. And Lowe didn't do it. Lowe was picking the Lakers.
Right. You muted, man.
I didn't pick the Bucks to win this year, so don't speak for me. I picked the Bucks to win this year. Giannis ain't got no offensive go-to move. I didn't pick him. What are you talking about?
At the beginning of the season, my bad.
I didn't pick him.
I picked the Clippers.
No, I'm saying I know Matt Mars, you right. You picked Mash, you picked the Nets at the beginning of the season. My bad.
I picked the Nets. Then I picked the Phoenix Suns.
I know. I'm just saying I don't have no problem. I'm just saying I said my bad. You're right. You didn't pick them. That's right.
I picked Philly.
You did pick Philly, Mars.
You
You did pick Philly. No, he was serious. He was not.
I had faith.
He was dead serious.
No, he was trolling.
Mars was dead serious with Philly.
I definitely didn't think Milwaukee were going to win, but that's because I knew Coach Money was a fraud. I knew he was a fraud. So.
I absolutely thought that they were going to win the NBA championship. I felt like Giannis was the best player in the league. I thought they had the best unit in the league, and I just thought they were going to. I thought that they would handle whoever they saw in the Western Conference, and I was wrong. 100%, I was wrong. I thought he was the league MVP before the season started too. So just because the media picks a guy, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be the guy. No.
Was there anybody that thought that? Was there anybody that thought that the Bulls were going to beat the Heat that year though?
I did.
I don't even remember, bro.
Because their defense was so great that year. And then if you remember, they beat them.
My bad, true.
They beat them all 4 times that year, if I'm not mistaken, during the season.
I think
so
it was.
In 2012, y'all talking about?
I think that happened in
2011. That was 2011. They swept them in the regular season.
They beat them every time during the regular season. That's why the media picked them going into the playoffs to win. And then LeBron and them just came in the playoffs and just, you know what I'm saying, turned it.
Well, we knew in a 7-game series, you know what I'm saying, even though they beat them 4 times in the regular season, fellas, you know, in a 7-game series, a coach can scheme it for you. And they just basically played Derrick Rose in like a box zone. And forced other guys to beat them. And Miami's offense was just too much. I mean, listen, our Rockets beat the Warriors 3-4 in 2018. But
hey, Mash, listen, before you go any further, I'm telling you right now, do not get on this train. This dude is a front runner, so don't let this dude.
How am I a front runner? We won 22 games. How am I a front runner? We won 22 games.
He just got on the crew. I'm telling you now, Mr. May. He just got on the crew. He will bail on you.
How am I a front runner if we won 22 games?
You a Texas dude, right? You a Texas dude, and you down with the Houston Rockets. Even when it's bad, this dude right here, let them trade somebody. Let Jalen Green get traded. He is out. I'm telling you that right now.
Mars got scumbag tendencies.
Be careful how you feel about him as a Houston guy. That's all I'm going to say to you about that.
Mass is a real Houston fan.
I was just in Houston for my birthday, sitting courtside, and I live in California, Sacramento to be exact. And so, listen, man, I'd have been to every Rockets postseason game since like 2013 or 2014. And so I'm a real fan. I travel for my team. But I mean,
not this dude over here though. He's a front runner.
I'm in the UK. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Get your passport, travel abroad, and go to the Toyota Center and check them out. I mean, that's what real fans do.
No. I'm telling you right now. Soon as the Rockets let Jalen Green be on the trade block, he's out. I'm telling you that right now. He's out.
Well, good thing he's never going to get traded. So.
I tried to link up with Bob a few times and Shaq, but he ghosted me. It's cool.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
I'm joking.
I thought you was a man of the people.
Nah, Mr. Man's hard to catch up with.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
I'm gonna for sure be at not all the games because I'm still up here in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm at a bunch of games next year though.
Well, let me know, man. I got season tickets, so just let me know.
For sure.
Christ GTV said Jordan Poole was getting smacked up and y'all were calling him soft when Monk had him in a chokehold. Ticket capping, Kings was sweep.
Easy sweep. Without Steph, bro, that's not even a series.
They don't win a game without Curry?
No, not one game. it's like 3 blowouts and one kind of close one.
I don't even think they would have played. I think they would have had a different seeding.
They wouldn't have made the playoffs.
They would have. I told you they played better with Jordan Poole. Go look at the record.
So you think they would have been like a 5 or 4 seed?
I think they would have been a seed higher than what they were.
They were a 6 seed, so they would have been a top 5. They would have been a top 5 seed.
So they would have played Phoenix in round 1 and lost.
No way, y'all buying that without Steph Curry.
Well, no, I think things probably change up because you have a different record. Other teams would have had to lose. Other teams would have to win. So the deck would have reshuffled a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Moving along, Angie Carr said. Oh, go ahead. You got to
say Mars made a great point when you said if you plug in Poole for Steph, bro, Steph's impact on and off the basketball is just on another level. Jordan Poole doesn't have the same impact off the ball. He's more ball oriented, ISO oriented, and his IQ is very low, and so you can't expect the same results from Poole ticket.
I know, I agree
because
with
Steph is just different, bro.
Man,
Off the
I
basketball,
I
off
agree
the ball.
with that premises. No, I agree with that. That's a fact. But this season, the facts say that in almost 30 games they played, they had a winning record with Jordan Poole as the main guy when Steph Curry was hurt all those games. And they were over 500, and he was averaging 27 a game, five assists, 5 rebounds.
Yeah,
so,
who they play? What's the team's record? Were guys injured? Were guys out? I mean,
hold on, they was beating.
They
were beating good teams. Hold on, they were beating good teams. I got all context here. They were beating Philly, all these teams. They were winning those games. So
I don't know.
Wins. They were winning good games. They were winning big games. Go look at that stretch where Steph Curry was hurt. That's when everybody said the season was over. Because remember, they got off to a horrible start to the season. So, and when Steph got hurt, everybody said, "Oh, the season's over with." And that's when Jordan Poole stepped up, and Klay Thompson started playing better with Jordan Poole, and they started winning games.
Yeah, their best win was Toronto. They came back in the last 2 minutes of the game at home. That was their best win.
That wasn't their best win.
I thought it was.
I got the whole stretch right here. That was not their best win.
Okay, that's cool.
But so without Curry, did they win some of those away games?
Yeah. Hold on. Once again, they played almost 20. They played almost 26 games without Steph Curry this year. How many games Steph Curry played this year?
What was it? Well,
I think he missed 25 games this year.
Right. And
that is a significant amount.
They were over 500.
What was their record? What was their record? What was their record?
Say what?
What was their record?
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 25 games is a significant amount. I can't deny
That's
that.
2 months.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
That's a third of the season, pretty much.
Yeah. That's 2 months.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around them being a better team without
Hold on,
Steph
I'm going to pull it
Curry.
up right now. I'm about to pull it up right
I'm
now.
not wrapping my mind around it.
Especially in the playoffs.
Okay, they were 14 and 12.
happening.
It was 26 games. They were 14 and 12 without Steph Curry this year.
So if you take Steph Curry
They're
off,
Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all for y'all know a fact on
Yeah,
stat.
they're mediocre.
right?
No. But hold on.
14 and 12,
Hold on. But before Steph Curry got hurt, they were under 500.
Right.
They were
So
mediocre.
if we take Steph off the,
Like in the first 35 games of the season, they had a losing record. They were below 500 and they were out of the playoffs.
He's the best player of their generation.
I'm not
He's the
saying-
best player of his generation.
Hold on,
There's no way his team is better without him.
Just because you hate
I agree,
me,
Bob.
you gotta tell the
Best
truth,
of this
bro.
era. I agree.
Hold on. So all I'm saying, all I'm saying is this, right? All I'm saying is the facts say, right? The facts say that without Steph Curry this year, right? They played better. These are facts.
right.
Well, hold on, no ticket. What was the record with Steph Curry? The whole thing. When you manage take out all those 25 games,
Hold on, I got it right here.
they're a better team with Steph.
Hold on.
They were like 30 and 26 with Steph or something.
Here's Jordan Poole's stats without Steph Curry this year. Without Steph Curry this year. 26.1, 5 assists,
26 and 5.
2.8 rebounds per game in 26 games. Those are excellent numbers right there, to be honest with you. For a 2-guard and to have a winning record. Now, here's the perimeter right here, right? Warriors record this season with Steph Curry. Now, let's pull it up. Right? And this is going to prove my point to y'all. I told y'all. Now, their record this year with Steph and Curry, they were 4 games over 500. 30 and 26. Now remember this. Hold on. Before Curry got hurt, they had a losing record. They were out of the playoffs. When Curry got hurt, they came back in the season and brought up the season. And then after, when Curry came back, is when they was already on the roll. Remember, when Curry came back, they finished the season strong. That's how they got over those numbers. Remember how they finished the season strong at the end of the season. So before Curry got hurt, they were losing. They were out of the playoffs. Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson saved the season, because if they didn't play well and they fell off, the season's over with. Because I thought they was gonna lose all them games.
This is why I tell you that Basketball Reference is bad for you. Because if you look at these numbers, you would think that Jordan Poole is the savior of the Warriors.
He was winning.
He's not.
He saved the season. Hold on, time out. They were out of the playoffs before Steph Curry got hurt. Right before Steph Curry got hurt, they were out of the playoffs. Jordan Poole, when me and Mars had this conversation, I asked Mars on here. I said, Mars, do you think the Warriors are still gonna make the playoffs? He said, no, it's over. The season's over with. I said, I think so too. I agree with him. The tape is on PC. Then
if the record is plus 500 with Steph and it's plus 500 without Steph, then how does anything say?
Hold on. Listen what I'm saying.
I'm hearing you. I'm comprehending. I'm just saying, like, they're plus 500.
It's about where those wins came at the start.
Yeah, where those wins came. So when Steph went out, they were balling and they regained control of the season.
Steph came back and
Thompson played better. And then when Steph came back, they were on fire to end the season. Look how they ended the season. They were going up in the rankings those last few games of the season. That's what
right.
Steph
But when Steph, it doesn't matter if they got the wins at the beginning of the season or at the end of the season. The wins are wins. You like your wins count. Your wins count whether in October or April, bro. It doesn't matter. The
just
wins
say
count.
you hate me and just say that, bro.
I don't hate you. I'm just saying that you wrong. You wrong about this.
I show these niggas facts and them niggas still talking.
You've been right. You've been right before. You right a lot of times, but right now this is just wrong.
Crazy. I'm not wrong.
Okay.
No, if Jordan Poole and them go 25% and lose all those games and they're out of the playoffs, what happens when Steph Curry comes back? Nothing, because it wasn't enough games.
The West wasn't crazy. Teams are always bunched up, so I mean they still had a chance to get in.
Hold on. Maz. They were out of the playoffs before Steph got hurt. They were
nobody ran away except for Memphis, Shaq, and Denver, bro. It was bunched up.
You're not hearing me. Listen what I'm saying.
I'm hearing you.
They were in the 10th seed before Steph got hurt. Right before he got hurt, the game before he got hurt. If they win 25% of the games the rest of the season, they would have been so far down, it would have been impossible for them to come back up and make the playoffs.
Okay, I got you. I'll get you on that, but that's not saving the season. That's doing your job. That's not saving the season.
So he did his job. Now what's the excuse now?
There is no excuse. He's just not. He
did he
can't
do his
replace
job
Steph
versus
Curry,
Sacramento? Hey, Bob. Did Poole do his job versus Sacramento?
No, Steph Curry did that.
Okay. All right. Then guess what?
That's cool, man.
What are we talking about then? The big moments.
All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and get into it. I was waiting for Fluent to get back here or Low to get up here, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
I'm gonna let you guys go, bro. I got some stuff to do. But hey, fellas, man,
right.
Thanks, man. Find me on. Thank you.
Appreciate you for popping in.
All right.
All right, y'all. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and rank all 30 teams from this past season as of right now. Mm-hmm. Our end of the year rankings.
We're going best to worst or worst to best, right?
Let's go best to worst.
Let's go worst to best. Because
I need Houston to be a top 5 pick. I need them to be. So let's go worst to best.
Let's go worst to best.
We can go worst to best.
Yeah, let's go worst to best. Mm-hmm.
All right, chat. You know the drill. I need an order. While you guys are sending an order in, I'm just gonna read this super chat. Angie Carr said, "What are your thoughts on a league in NBA, NFL, judging a player's body of work, Hall of Fame, by including off-court activities? NFL is known for doing that."
No, NFL is not known for doing that. No, they're not. So no,
that's baseball, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say baseball does that, doesn't?
Yeah, baseball does do that. Now, when I think about
wasn't Terrell? I don't know a lot, but wasn't Terrell Owens kept out because of
yes, he wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. And he didn't even have any off the field issues. It was because the media didn't like him. That was it. It had nothing to do. He never been arrested, never got into any nonsense. It was just because the media had a problem with him. He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, 100%. He didn't even go to the Hall of Fame. He had his speech at his college with his yellow jacket. He didn't even go to the Hall of Fame to do it. No, and rightfully so. I applaud him for that because they was wrong for that. He should have been Marvin Harrison should not have gotten into the Hall of Fame before him. It's essentially what it essentially is, Mars. It's Chicharito. No, Chicharito is not as good as Chicharito. Might be a little bit better, but it's a lower level guy getting in before Messi.
Oh, damn.
Marvin Harrison is lower level?
Okay. I mean,
Marvin Harrison was not better than Terrell Owens.
Anyone getting over Messi is criminal. Anyone getting over Messi.
At the wide receiver spot, Marvin Harrison was not better than Terrell Owens. No.
Okay.
He had Peyton Manning for 10 years. So
yeah, I can agree with that. I was just a big Marvin Harrison fan, but I could definitely.
I was too. I thought Marvin Harrison was fantastic. He wasn't better than Terrell Owens, though. No,
he was. He definitely wasn't.
I don't know anything.
So,
L host.
Land of the Heartless. That's why I'm not on the Gridiron Show because I'm a super casual with football. So.
I don't think you have to know a lot to be on the Gridiron Show. From what I've seen, just watching.
And what I understand, Mars, I think you might
fired,
be
right. Mars. Whoa.
L host. Oh man. I know that they not.
I mean shit, some of y'all would say I'm a casual in basketball too, you know.
What is that? Hey, Big Ox, maybe you can straighten me out because that term gets thrown out so much. What What exactly is a casual?
I think casual just means somebody that just watches watches it. They just like the game, but they don't understand everything. But a lot of people call you a casual if you just don't agree with them. If you don't agree with them, you're a casual.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's they just use casual just off the cuff. Like if I say, oh, KD is if I think Dr. J is better than KD, oh, you're a casual.
Which is not. It's clear that you're not that, but okay.
Yeah, so like they just say it. It means nothing at this point.
Right.
YSN Money said Mars finna watch Coming to America before PC Weekend.
Okay.
Mars, have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You seen number two too?
I've seen both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about number two.
Number two was the second one. The second one wasn't that great. The second one was.
We did not need a number. We did not need to Come into America part two.
Yeah, they forced that one a little bit.
It'd be like that sometimes. All right, y'all. So here we go. We're gonna rank all 30 teams, the final power ranking of the season. What we are gonna do too is we're gonna start from worst to best.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys see the order? We got the order. It's right here.
What's the order?
It's on Ox, Chill, Mars, Ticket, Ron.
Please let me pick my team. So you guys, the first two picks, just don't pick my team. Let me pick my team.
Ox, who is the worst team in the NBA?
The Charlotte Bobcats. I mean the Charlotte, not the Bobcats. The Charlotte Hornets.
Chill. What are you thinking?
In agreement with Mars, I'm going to let Mars pick his own team. So I'm going to say the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh damn! Detroit is about to be the fourth worst team. They're about to catch life. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm taking Houston. I get to pick my team. So yeah,
Houston Rockets. All right. And so what are you thinking?
I personally think Detroit the worst team in the league, but
so do I. I thought Bob was going to take Detroit.
Yeah, Bob threw me off with that. But I'm going Detroit.
We can swap them if we all agree. Swap Detroit and Charlotte.
Yes.
How you gonna swap? That's my pick.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
I'll pick.
Yeah, I'm going with Detroit.
Why are Charlotte worse than Detroit in your opinion?
Well, they're just two terrible squads. So I mean, when you're that bad, I just look at
like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan's running the team.
So Big Ox, is it just I just got to pick the two of the ugly chicks? You ugly, you just as ugly as this chick, but you kind of dress a little bit nicer than her. Your face is still super whack though.
I mean, your family probably throw banging parties on the weekend. So I'm like, shit, I'll kick it with you.
you still a booger though. Get out of here, both of y'all are.
Excuse me, Mr. Late Bob Marley.
Anyway,
so chat, this where we at right now. We got the Hornets is at number 30, the Spurs at 29, the Rockets at 28, and the Pistons at 27. At 26, I think I'm gonna go ahead. It's between two teams, but I'm gonna go with the Wizards.
I forgot about that.
Exactly.
That's when you know you're a bad team, when you just get forgotten.
Like nobody cares.
All right, Ox, it's back on you.
Okay, y'all, give me a couple seconds here.
Take your time, big fella. Because it's a bunch of bad teams. It's more bad teams in the league than good teams. I can tell you that right now. So
hey.
I'm having trouble with between Orlando and Indiana.
Hey, Ron, Bob the type of dude that do all the stunts on Jackass, ain't he?
Hell no. I don't play like that.
Yeah, Bob is the type of dude that are willing to
jumping in a snake pool.
I don't play with snakes, rats, none of that, bro. I'm scared of that type of thing.
Jumping in a big ass tub full of cockroaches.
But I'll do like y'all remember the one movie? What's the one show? Y'all remember the one show with Joe Rogan?
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Now I'll do some Fear Factor shit, but never on Jackass though.
Hey Ron, that fool would do it too. Only you told that fool the prize $50,000. Man, that fool was jumping a whole bag full of rat traps.
Hey, stop playing.
I mean, if I got clothes on and shoes on, I might do that for 50 bands.
We're going up.
But Fear Factor, no, I do Fear Factor.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Focus.
Ron, you know what? Go ahead and throw me. Indiana. Nah, not Orlando.
Orlando. All right,
for
cool,
sure.
cool.
Indiana started off real good. Tyrese Halliburton doesn't deserve that type of disrespect.
All right, y'all. So,
Fear Factor was dope, though. I like that.
Hey, Ron, I can picture you two together.
Hey, Ticket, I done seen Ox do some crazy stuff.
You
hey, hold on,
too, Ron. Let's get this money.
I done done some wild shit for sure, but never no jackass type shit. That's crazy. So like Viva La Bam, remember they used to mess with the dad? Like that was crazy. He wanted to kill their ass.
Like, bro, they make you do stuff like jump in a swimming pool full of horse manure and stuff.
Oh, that's nasty.
Hey, you'll do it for 50 racks.
How deep is the pool?
See? Hey, Ron. Oh my God.
Like if I could stand up, if it's like 3 feet, 4 feet, I'll do that. But not no like 8 foot, 10 foot pool. Hell no. As long as the shit don't touch my face, bro, I'm cool. 50 beers, bro. Hell yeah.
All right, so let's get back into it. So we got the Pacers.
L host, he picked Orlando. L host.
Oh man.
I picked Orlando, right?
You said it.
Depending on how deep the pool is.
I mean, I think that's all that matters at this point. I mean, shit is shit. So, you know.
Hey, okay. I'm trying to be cool.
Yo, chill. It's on you next.
Hey, bro.
Yo, chill. Am I tripping? Am I bugging? Chill.
Ooh-wee. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it together, B. I'm good. I apologize. All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So, he said the Orlando Magic. Yeah, I was a little torn between these two teams because I think Dallas is actually in this area. I don't think that they're in that top 22. I think they're in this area, but I'm gonna have to go with the Pacers. I think Tyrese Halliburton is one of the few bright spots, but they're a team that's, Buddy Hield is average at best, and he's one of their bright spots, and I think he's average at best. So, they had a rotation player. They had a dude on it. I don't know why his name escapes me, but he played for the Celtics last year, and he didn't even get run last year. He's starting in Indiana. Who am I thinking about, Mars?
The guard.
Who am I thinking about?
Dark skin cat, right?
Yeah.
He went to Vanderbilt.
Starting in Indiana. He wasn't even playing in Boston last year.
Damn, how can I not remember? Neesmith, Aaron Neesmith.
That's a Neesmith, right? That's him. He wasn't even playing in Boston.
He went to Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I think so.
I remember him.
I'm losing it over Bob jumping in pools and stuff.
This fool said it depends on how deep the pool is.
I think that's the right way to look at it. Like,
So I ain't saying no. Like, we could talk about it. How deep the water is. How deep your shit is. I ain't saying no, but like we could.
Chill. I need to know. Like, am I tripping right now? Like,
wow as hell, Ox. You are super wild fan.
Okay.
You wild as hell for that.
My
Fear Factor was
never.
Kids to feed, I don't know if you're familiar with it, Mars, but Fear Factor was some of the wildest stuff. Like, I'm not drinking a rat smoothie. I'm not jumping in no tub filled with cockroaches. I'm not. You're not throwing me off a building, pushing me into. Nah, you're not doing. I'm not down with none of that.
I'm with
I
it.
tell you, man.
But you know what show I used to love though was The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race, that was like my favorite show.
Bob was like, he'll take all the risks. Be like, man, come on, let's get this, bro.
And definitely not for no 50 racks. Y'all wild for that.
Nah,
I think The Amazing Race was more than
300 on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Mars, it is on you.
Portland.
The Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
Ticket you got next.
Chicago.
That's who I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
At 21. Let me see who we still rocking with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty easy. I'm gonna go with the Utah Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
It's on me now, right?
Yeah.
Give me Dallas.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Dallas, but let's see. It's a toss-up for me between Minnesota and Toronto. Toronto.
I'll take what's left of that pick. I'm gonna go with the T-Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
It's on me.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with Man, this kind of hard right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with OKC.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
I wanted them to make it further.
All right, y'all, and this is where it starts getting tricky. I think
because now we got the playoff teams.
Mm-hmm. And of those playoff teams, I'm gonna start by saying it. I think it's the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
So I would have said Brooklyn over OKC, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, fellas, we got our first 15. You guys can see this right now, chat. You can see we got the Hornets at 30, Spurs at 29, Rockets, Pistons, Wizards, Magic, Pacers, Blazers, Bulls, Jazz, Mavs, Raptors, T-Wolves, Thunder, Nets. All right. I'm gonna throw in a wrinkle that we used to do here at PC.
Yep.
We used to do our drafts, we used to do our lists, all of that good stuff. And we used to say everybody can go back and make one correction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna throw that in right now. You guys can all go back and choose one right now. If you think the list is cool, you got it. But once somebody touches a team, you can't retouch a team.
I respect democracy, so I'm not gonna do that.
I don't. Can we please swap Charlotte and Detroit?
All right. Mars got his.
Thank you. Sorry, Bob.
That's all good. I don't play for either one of those teams.
Chill. Do you have any corrections you'd like to make?
Yeah, that number 16, Brooklyn was not worse than the New Orleans Pelicans. No, they weren't.
Oh, so you saying put the Pelicans in?
Yes.
And take the Nets out.
So you don't factor in the fact that Brooklyn, a lot of their wins came because they had KD and Kyrie, and the team they have now is kind of bad.
Yeah, well, I could say the same thing. I could say the exact same thing about the Pelicans. The reason why they didn't play it the way that they played was because Zion was hurt. So that's why.
I agree. I'd have them both low. I think OKC should be high.
This fool said L democracy.
Yo, Ticket, is there any changes you'd like to make?
Put that list on there real quick. I was just thinking about something he said. Yeah, it's a change I want to make, man. I want to put I think the Wizards were better than let me see. Hold on, man.
You sure with the Wizards ticket? Because you gotta remember who we talking about with the Wizards.
Yeah. No,
that's a bad team right now.
Yeah, when you say better ticket, when you say Wizards and you say better, I just want to make sure that we clear on what.
You know what? Yeah, y'all might be right. I'm gonna put the Magic over the Bulls. I think they were better than the Bulls.
I can get with that.
I think their team. I like the Magic's team.
So swap the Magic.
Y'all gonna stop touching my picks.
Yeah, they beat.
You don't know what you're talking about, B.
The Magic beat
you
the
always
3 times this year. They beat a lot of good teams this year. Orlando.
Yeah, they did. Took the Miami Heat to 3 overtimes, one game.
If you go off of that type of
2 overtimes, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, but
the
the
Bulls
games they won. They beat a lot of the best teams. Is what I'm saying.
You're right. I could see that. That was my problem. I was having pick on Orlando over Indiana.
Yeah, they
got.
I
looked at where Indiana started in. I took into account that.
Hey, is that the same? Is that the same Mo Wagner on Atlanta that the Lakers drafted?
Yeah.
No, didn't the Lakers? Oh yeah. Big brother, big Wagner.
Yeah.
Balling like that. Mo Wagner balling like that with Orlando.
No.
That's his
it's
little
Wagner.
brother.
No,
Franz
you're talking
Wagner.
about that's his younger brother, Franz Wagner. That's not the same.
You got
like,
Big Wagner, Little Wagner.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But what does Mo Wagner play?
He's a big.
They're both
he's
in
a
Orlando.
big. They play, but they both play for
Orlando.
Orlando. They're both.
Yeah, I'm saying, but ain't Mo Wagner balling too for them?
He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Cool.
His brother is the one his brother was the one that was up for rookie of the year.
His brother, the truth.
Yeah,
Franz is the truth. Hey, I like what Orlando cooking up over there.
They doing something, Ron. They on to something in Orlando.
Yeah.
They are. They on to something down there.
Paulo, obviously, and then you got who else is the young
Bobo down there?
That's all you got. You got to get the
Markel,
boys up out
Markel, Cole Anthony.
Jalen Suggs. I think
down
Jalen
there.
Suggs is gonna continue to get better. But I don't know why you don't think. I don't know why you don't like Jalen Suggs.
I keep drafting well. I wouldn't make no trades. I just keep drafting well and let those guys build.
That's what Orlando is, though. Orlando, one of them teams, very much like New Orleans, very much like Portland, where you got to build it through the draft. Like you ain't getting no free agents to come down there, right?
But why though, Chill? Because remember what you said about your cousin? Remember what you said about Shaq?
Right.
What did he say about Orlando?
Oh, he would have never left if they would have paid him.
Because it's a beautiful destination. It's
It's awesome. Orlando was great. He would have never left if they would have paid him. He would have never left there.
That's all I'm asking. I've never been to Orlando. So Orlando,
it's dope. But when you having stuff like, the most dominant player in NBA history, who's in year 4, and you lowballing them, I mean, it says a lot about your franchise, and that sticks with you moving forward. And then you got Dwight Howard with the nonsense that he had going on with Van Gundy, where I'm not really sure that. I mean, he asked to be traded. I'm not sure I would have traded him. I don't think that I don't think that I think they could have got more for him, but they weren't.
If Shaq never left for Orlando, Tim Duncan has 8 championships, bro. Because the Lakers, all those years, they stopped them because of Shaq and Kobe. They would have probably went on to win a chip those years.
Who would have went on to win the chip?
2000 Duncan was hurt.
The Spurs. So, no, I'm saying the year. Okay, the year Derek Fisher hit the shot, they beat him.
2004.
The year, right? It was another year they just beat their ass.
01.
Right.
01 and 02. 01 and 02.
If Shaq would have never left them, I think they would have had 2 more chips. Tim Duncan would have had 8 world championships.
You think the 04 Spurs beat the 04 Pistons?
It would have been a hell of a series, bro.
I mean, it was a hell of a series the next year. So
yeah, it would have been one of those, and the Spurs won. Man, it would have been one of them series. Cause I think they were better equipped to play that type of team than the Lakers were.
So if Shaq doesn't leave Orlando,
Tim Duncan gets 8 rings.
So they would have. So they basically would have. So they basically would have ran the West.
Going to the Lakers stopped Tim Duncan from getting 8 to 9 rings because
they
they
ran the West.
Cut him off so many times. They cut him off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think they played 6 times in the. I think they played 6 times in that playoff.
I think you're overlooking one team.
No, he ain't. No, he is not. He is not overlooking one team.
I don't think the Kings those years were good enough to beat the Spurs.
They had to. I don't want to get.
Those years the Spurs are playing, man, bro. Them dudes, those were great teams, bro. That wasn't like no Penny Ante series with the Lakers, bro. Those were very good teams, and the Spurs had great role players too.
And the Lakers was smoking them dudes. They swept them in 01 and beat them in 5 games in 02.
Yeah.
So they was smoking them dudes.
And then, hold on, but then they was down in that series. Derek Fisher hit the shot.
Yeah, it was 2-1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were going to go down 3-1 in that series. If D Fish don't hit that shot.
That shot was crazy too.
Yeah, the series changed.
That's one of the biggest shots I've ever. That's one of the biggest.
Shaq changed NBA history because then you're looking at Tim Duncan. It's probably like 3-2.
We got.
You're talking about Duncan.
We got Rod.
No.
Also a team out.
We talking about 2 or 3 all time. He got 8 championships.
He already number 4 on my list. So
I'm saying no. If Tim Duncan won 8 championships, Shaq stays in Orlando like Chill said he would have never left, and Tim Duncan gets 8. We're talking about him because most people got him in their top 5.
Wait a minute. We also under the impression that if Shaq stays in Orlando,
right,
like they wouldn't have won it. I mean,
I don't see Penny and them beating Tim Duncan in his prime, along with a young Ginobili, a young Parker, and those other teams. I don't see them. They couldn't even crack the code with Akeem, and Akeem didn't have the role players that Tim Duncan and them had. Tim Duncan had 2 other Hall of Famers plus all them great role players. Bro, they were rotating dudes like Stack.
Somebody would have went to Orlando though, Tiki. Maybe
J.
King would have went down there.
Right. It wouldn't have just been a situation where they just running it back every year. Penny Hardaway was breaking down.
I still see that the Spurs were better though all around, and they were better coached.
Do Orlando still trade for T-Mac?
That's the thing.
No, you got Shaq and T-Mac.
That changes history because I think Orlando goes forward with Shaq and Penny. I think Shaq and Penny get to another championship, but I don't think they could beat the Spurs. That's the one team I don't think they could beat is the Spurs.
First of all, T-Mac didn't show up until what, 2000? That's when T-Mac showed
2001,
up. Right, and Penny had already started breaking down well before that.
Well, that was after Shaq left.
Right, Penny had already started breaking down.
Maybe Penny doesn't break down if Shaq never.
No, I'm saying right. I don't care. I'm saying if he doesn't break down, if him and Shaq,
I don't think he does, Mars. I don't. I think that he extends that.
If they're the same, I got him going back to the finals because after Jordan, I got him going back to the finals. I just don't think that team would have been good enough because remember, bro, the Spurs are throwing in dudes like Malik Rose, all these other dudes. They was throwing in all these other cats off the bench that was just balling. Right. What's the boy's name? Francisco Elson. They was throwing dudes
Malik
like
Rose.
Sean
Steven
Elliott.
Jackson.
They was throwing dudes
they had
like
Speedy Claxton on those teams.
Yeah, the Spurs had Patty Mills came in when they had all these good role players in and out.
Matt Bonner.
Matt Bonner could flamethrower from the 3-point line.
So if you look at that Orlando team they would have probably rotated their guys because I don't think because at that time, like when Duncan and them started winning in 2003. So what we're doing is we taking Shaq off the Lakers, right? We taking Shaq off the Lakers and San Antonio. Duncan shows up in 97. So they started winning in 99. So they start winning in 99. So that means that Penny already started breaking down at that point. Right, so
they won the chip in 99. That was after Jordan retired.
Right, Jordan was gone.
And
so
2000, who won the chip in 2000?
Lakers won it in 2000 with Shaq.
Right,
Lakers won it in 2000 with Shaq.
They won 3 straight.
They won 3 straight.
In all those years, they were battling the San Antonio Spurs in the West. They were battling the Spurs and the Kings. So I'm saying, if Shaq never went over there, to me,
Shaq stays in Orlando, and Shaq stays in Orlando. What do they do with Penny Hardaway? Does Penny Hardaway last that long? Because Penny Hardaway was in Phoenix in 2000,
right?
And
no, I think he lasts longer with Shaq. I think him and Shaq. I don't think he has that wear and tear on him like he did without Shaq. So I think him and Shaq,
because he still made the All-Star team 2 years after Shaq left.
Right. So
he did do that.
But I'm saying here's the separator right here. The role players. I thought the Spurs role players were more championship oriented guys who fit in better.
Well, remember too, Ticket, that the Orlando Magic, they were putting good role players around Shaq. I mean, they had Brian Shaw
in the playoffs. D. Scott,
right? Brian Shaw,
them dudes, especially D3 and Nick Anderson.
Bro,
right, Nick Anderson. They lose series, bro. It was one game I watched the other day where Michael Jordan didn't do nothing, and Scotty had like almost 30 in that game, and y'all only scored like 75 points at home, bro.
Sounds like Scottie Pippen's better than Michael Jordan.
Man, cut it out, man.
That's what it sounds like.
One team that I do want to mention, and I'm not saying they would have beat the Spurs, but
the Blazers. You're gonna say the Blazers.
You already know I'm about to say the Blazers. Yeah. I do believe that the Blazers and the Kings do give them good series. I'm not saying they beat them, not saying they win a championship, but that Blazers team from 99, that lockout year, all the way up until 2002, 2003.
That's a great question, Ron.
So Scottie Pippen gets some more.
That same Sacramento Kings team that Kobe and Shaq won 7 games with. Do you think if Shaq stayed with Penny, do you think Shaq and Penny could beat them too? I don't think so.
On the Kings team?
I think Kobe was a different animal with Shaq. That's how I think they won in 7 games. Because remember, they went to Sacramento on 1 game 7. So do you think in the NBA Finals, Shaq, Penny, and the crew would have been able to beat that Sacramento Kings team that took the Lakers 7?
Well, wait a minute though, Ticket. We're talking about a young Penny. Penny's in year 3 when they're in the NBA Finals. I'm sorry, he's in year 2, right. And then he's in year 3 when they lose to the Bulls. But now when we get to 2002, Penny, if Shaq prolongs his career, he's much better at that point, and I think he's in year like 6 or 7 at that point. So it's not more of Penny and Shaq being playing better. You guys know how I feel about Chris Webber. Webber wasn't with the drama.
But that's who it was.
Chris Webber was not with the drama.
Hold on. But they took the Lakers 7 games. And
they did take the Lakers.
Remember, Kobe had to take his game to extra lengths in that series too to win that series. Kobe was dropping 40 in the closeouts too. So remember, Kobe had a couple 40-point games that series. So could Penny have taken his game to that level? Shaq was balling. We know that. But I'm just saying, could Penny have taken it to the level Kobe took?
I think he could. I think he could have, because I think he could outplay Mike. I think he could have outplayed Mike Bibby. I think he could have outplayed Bob. I think Brian Shaw could have outplayed Bobby Jackson.
They had dudes to throw at him, though, Chill. They had wings to throw at him, man. They had Doug Christie was a great wing defender at that time. He was a great perimeter defender.
Doug Christie was a great defender. What the difference with that though is that Doug Christie is another one like Chris Webber. He wasn't with the drama. So as good as he was defensively on the offensive side of the basketball, even the reason why I went 7 games, the reason why I went 7 games, the Kings were better. Right, the Kings were better. I won't argue that the Kings were better. But the reason why I went 7 games was because the Lakers ended up faltering. So you think about Game 3. You saw what happened to Sacramento. They was up 27 points and choked it, right? So now they let the Lakers back in the series, and that wasn't an aberration. That was who they really were, because you saw what happened in Game 7. That's who that team really was. That's what they really were about. Turkoglu was a young kid I think he was in year 2 when he was playing in that series. Not just him. Chris Webber wasn't with the drama. Doug Christie wasn't with the drama. You saw what happened in Game 7 when he said, quote, I had never been more scared in my whole life. They ended up letting the Lakers back in that series, and that's just who they were. So I'm not sure if Orlando couldn't beat them. I know for a fact. I'm not gonna say I know for a fact because we didn't see it, but I'm confident that they could at least compete with them. And with Shaq at that point, him and Divac
would have kicked their ass.
No.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get back to this list. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Breezy don't like that being 16.
I think that's pretty high.
Yeah, for real. Especially now that we know that they don't got KD no more.
It's higher than Houston. Look at us
rightfully so.
Hey, we beat Boston this season. So I mean, beat some good teams.
All right, where we at right now, fellas?
It's on me.
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, well, since Ticker, you switched it, the Nets and the Pelicans, I'll put the Nets at 15 then.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn. All right, Chill. It's on you, right?
Is it on me?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to switch that pick.
Atlanta, that's who I was going with until the Nets got moved out.
Hold on, Chill. That's cap, Chill.
I think Atlanta's one of the worst. I think they're one of the worst playoff teams.
Hold on, Chill. You putting them? I'll say it when I go. What? Ron? Because he really capped right there.
I don't want to start hating, so
it gotta happen eventually, Mars.
I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
What?
Mm.
No, Mars. That's hate.
If I went with the team I was actually gonna go with, it would have been hate.
That's hate. No. But that's both of those would have been hate, Mars. That's hate. Right there.
Who am I meant to go with?
I was at you, Mars. That's hate, bro.
Who am I meant to go with?
It's your turn, Ticket.
Yeah, Ticket.
My turn. He should have went with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Hawks.
That's who I was going to go with.
The Hawks were better than the Cavs. The Hawks were better.
No. The Hawks ain't better than the Cavs.
No, they were.
Come on.
Maybe the Clippers, but not the Hawks.
Yeah, I think I'm with Ticket on this one.
Hold on. The Cavs got swept, bro, in the first round by the Knicks. The Hawks at least.
They get swept. I mean, might as well.
Yeah,
they got swept. Oh no, they got beaten 5. Okay, but the Hawks went to 6 with the Pistons. With the Celtics.
They won one more game.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually gonna go with the Knicks, but I can't hate. They won a playoff series, but I was gonna go with the Knicks. So,
don't worry.
The Cavs is fine. The Cavs is fine. I'm fine with
it. The way Cleveland lost, man, they should get a demotion for that.
the cap. Well, I'm not lying. I'm just.
That was horrible the way they lost Chilltown in 5 games.
I actually had to. That's how I had Cleveland. The way the Knicks beat Cleveland. That's how I had Cleveland beating the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought they were going to do to them.
Well, I had them in 6. I had Cleveland in 6.
I thought it was going to be a 6-7 game dogfight, and I thought that the way the Knicks beat Cleveland, I thought that Cleveland's front line was going to be the difference. That's why I thought that they were going to beat the Knicks. I thought that Evan Mobley and I thought that Jared Allen in the end would just outlast that front line and they would beat them up. Only except the Knicks front line beat them up.
Yeah, I don't know how you lose to a team with Julius Randle in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, they should probably be lower than wherever we have them, to be honest. They should probably be below Houston.
The Knicks?
Yep.
Mars trolling right
No,
now.
not the Knicks. The Cavs, not the Knicks.
No,
the Knicks
Cavs
won a
wasn't
playoff
that
series.
No, the Cavs wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they lost to a Julius Randle team in the playoffs.
Speaking of a Julius Randle team, that's where I'm going to go ahead and go with number 11. Let's just go ahead and get these guys out the way with. Love New York, but sorry, Knicks, you're not top 10. All right, Ox. It's back on you.
Technically,
Who?
they are top 10, Ron.
At 10.
Over who?
They went to the second round.
Yeah, well, I get that, but I'm saying, like, who are they over?
They technically are top 10. They went to the second round.
I mean, Ticket, would they have beat any of these other top 10 teams?
But you got teams up there. Hold on, but you put teams. There's teams over there that they get better than in the post. I mean, the postseason.
Ticket, I get that, but I'm still
It's
not going to
based
say.
on
What am I
matchup.
supposed to
It's
say? They're
based on
better.
matchup, bro.
I was supposed to say they're better than the
Grizzlies.
Bucks. Grizzlies is one I can give you, but that's what I'm saying. Who am I supposed to put them over? There's 10 teams left.
Put the list up there real quick.
I can only see Grizzlies. That's the only one, and they're still not better than the
No,
Grizzlies.
we all get a chance to move one, right?
Yeah, put that list up there. Let me see.
Let's,
Yeah, Ron.
it's on me, right? At 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hurry up.
I know who I'm putting next.
Damn, y'all put the Timberwolves down at 18?
I'm finna get real nasty.
That's wild.
Timberwolves
I'm gonna go with the at number 10. I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, y'all agree with that?
Y'all don't gotta agree. It's my pick.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm asking though. How do we feel about the Suns at 10?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends who's above them.
I'm not.
We know who's above them now.
They shouldn't be. They lost. They beat the Clippers. They shouldn't be above the Clippers.
Huh?
You don't think so, Ticket?
Nigga, the Clippers would have whooped their ass if they would have just had one guy healthy.
Yeah, but that's why the Clippers had a
agree.
bad season because their team can't stay healthy.
For that reason right
I
there.
agree. I agree.
That's
with
the whole reason I put them low because I mean, if your players aren't
I
reliable,
give you that. I'm about to
All
give
right,
you
Tracy, who you saying get off the panel? Me for saying the Suns? My bad.
Who up next, Ron?
It's on chill.
I'm stealing Ticket Thunder, Philly.
Nah, you ain't still playing. I had one that's worse. Worse than Philly in my opinion.
you guys are sabotaging right now. I'm going with the Sacramento Kings.
I know you was gonna do it, Mars.
Hold on, that's my pick, right?
No, I'm
No, you have to Mars Ticket.
Okay.
Nah, it's your go, Ticket.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with
Before you
that.
go, Ticket. Hey, Celtics at 7.
They're the most overhyped team. To me, the Kings is better than the Celtics.
Not the Lakers.
To me, the Kings is better than the Celtics. To me,
I agree, Ticket.
I still think Philly should have been better than the Celtics. Should have beat their ass if James Harden didn't quit.
Shoulda, Ticket.
I
That's the second best record.
I agree. They should have.
They're better than them dudes, bro. They better than them dudes, bro. Bro, listen, the Boston Celtics are one of the most overhyped teams I've seen in a long time, bro.
Man, the second best record in the NBA, lost in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Championship.
Look at their losses.
And their best player got hurt in the first 20 seconds of the game.
All bad teams. They went 6 with a team they wasn't supposed to go 6 with. Then you get smoked by Miami and almost got swept by Miami. Man, get them packaging dudes up.
They went to 7 with Miami.
Right. And his best player got hurt in the first 20 seconds of the game.
And almost got swept. They came back.
And fought themselves back in the game, and fought themselves back in the series. That's not overhyped right there. That's
the most overhyped team to me.
Bro, they're supposed to blow them dudes out the water.
And I know a team that was a 1 seed that couldn't get out of the first round.
Man, the Boston Celtics is garbage.
Celtics better. They better than the Grizzlies and the Lakers. Or worse than the Grizzlies and the Lakers.
The Bucks need to be next on this list. I'm gonna be honest.
No way, Morris.
Go ahead, Ron. Who you got?
Well, next on this list, I'm gonna have to rock with. It gotta be the Grizzlies. Let me think. The Grizzlies.
It's the Bucks.
Sure, you sure, Ron?
Yeah, it's definitely the Grizzlies. Yeah. I don't even think. I think the Grizzlies should personally be a 10.
mad at you.
But this 6 through 10 is tricky.
So let me think who we got left. We got the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Heat, the Bucks.
Well, we know who's number one. Like number one is pretty definitive. So
Right.
Wait, I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting?
We got Milwaukee, Golden State.
Golden State. That's what I'm forgetting. Golden State.
Okay.
That's my pick.
But
well, who's next? Why not?
I mean,
they lost to the Lakers. It's the Lakers, Milwaukee, Golden State.
Only one of these teams lost. Only one of these teams lost in round one, and we haven't put them.
Who picked the six?
Oh, Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee.
I did.
I'll get you with that, Morris.
You didn't choose them.
I did.
You picked them over the Grizzlies.
I'm either picking the Lakers or the Warriors.
I did forget about
or Milwaukee. Give me
You don't praise losers.
Give me Milwaukee.
There we go.
Milwaukee at 5.
That's just, and it's the same reason for a lot of these teams. Like Milwaukee was definitely probably the best team in the NBA, but
that's
right. What happened?
They got to get down.
I'll take Golden State at 4.
I'll take the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers at 3.
Golden State too high, man.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They too high. Yeah, Miami. Real talk, Miami's too high.
The Warriors should be where Philly is, to be honest.
Ron, for my switch, you know what I'm saying? Forget about that democracy show I was talking about. For my switch the Warriors, switch the Warriors and the Celtics, please.
I knew you was gonna switch my team.
Nice, yeah, I agree with that.
The Warriors and the Celtics got to switch, bro.
Now we have the 4 conference finals teams in the top 4.
I can't do that. The Warriors beat the Celtics in the finals.
That was last year.
That was last year.
But this year, at least now in the top 4, we have the 4 conference finals teams. That makes sense.
Hold on, Morris. You think the Celtics are better than the Warriors this year?
I think they had a better season, yeah.
No, I said, do you think they could have beat them in a 7-game series?
I do. Ticket thinking about this from a mental aspect. He think that Steph Curry is in Jason Tatum's head. They got them boys mentally. They got them shook. That's what Ticket think.
They do.
Let's take the talent off the table. He think they got them boys shook.
I'm thinking about it from a Jaylen Brown still can't use his left hand standpoint.
I can name 5 people in the NBA that got mind control over Jason Tatum. So that's not saying much.
I don't know. I think Golden State could win.
Yes, please.
I didn't know you was gonna put me on the spot. But
put him on the spot right now.
Okay, so maybe not 5, but we
can. That's what we do around here. Yes, we do. Name them.
Okay, well, Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry. That's probably where the left stop. It's probably where it stopped right there.
Oh man.
I don't think Giannis does. I don't think Giannis got his number. I think he see Giannis and he'd be ready to eat Giannis. Like, yeah. So I overspoke. Not 5, but 3.
All right.
He said Paolo. Right. I could get with that, Paolo.
Said the John Morant suspension is too long.
Say it again, Ticket.
What'd you say, Ticket?
Somebody just sent a donation. Said the NBA Players Association just put out a message said that John Morant suspension is too long. Man, what's wrong with these people, man?
That's because they don't love Ja. They just want him to sell tickets and make them rich.
The Players Association said the suspension is too long. 25 games is too harsh.
Yeah, and that's because they don't love Ja. You know what I'm saying? They just. The
Players Association. Their job is to protect the players, though.
Yeah, but they don't. They might protect. They might protect him, but they're not protecting him because they love him. They're protecting him because because of the money he brings into the NBA.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but that's like your lawyer saying that your sentence was too long.
Yeah, but that's because my lawyer don't love me. If my lawyer, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ron, that's a nasty poll you just put up, Ron. And y'all disgusting for saying that the Celtics are better than the Warriors when the Warriors just kicked their ass in the finals.
The year before, Ticket.
I don't care.
This season, the Warriors were not better than the Boston Celtics. They would have beat
them dudes, bro. They'd have beat them in the 7-game series, bro.
No, I don't think so.
All right, man.
All right, y'all. Hold on, because everybody does have a correction. So, Bob used his.
I thought we only get one for the whole thing.
One for the first half, one for the second half.
So I can use my second one too, right?
No, you passed it up. You traded your pick.
I'm getting no rollover minutes.
Nah,
no, the minutes do not roll over.
I didn't use my first one either. But Mars, it is on you. Or no, Chill, it's on you.
We're done. No, I don't. I think that the Heat should be low. I don't think that the Heat were the second best team in the NBA. I don't.
So
I think they got hot in the playoffs. I don't think that they were better than Milwaukee.
Yeah, they were.
I don't think they was better. I don't think they was.
You beat somebody like that in a 7-game series, you're better than them, bro. Cut it out. You know,
wait, I'm quite. Is the list about the best teams or who had the best seasons?
Nah, the power rankings. The
best team.
Yeah, the best team.
Oh,
because
I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah, then I agree. Miami on the second best team in the league.
They proved it. Miami proved that they're better than when you beat a team 4 out of 7 times.
We're talking again, Ticket. That I stand on that logic. If you beat a team, if I beat you 4 out of 7 times, I'm better than you. That part I'm not fighting. However, when I think about what Milwaukee was doing this season, when Giannis got hurt, that completely threw a monkey wrench in everything that they were doing.
Still, they got annihilated. Bro.
They did beat them. They did beat them in 5 games. That part I can't fight.
Bro. And they couldn't even get a stop. They couldn't even stop. These dudes hitting threes from everywhere, bro. I can't give them that praise. I got to give it to Miami, bro. They walked through the Knicks. They walked through the Bucks. They almost walked through the Celtics and then went to Game 7 and went on their court and beat them. Man, they better than them dudes, bro. That's just when you're better. When you do that, you're better. When I beat you like that, I'm better than you, bro. Just like the Nuggets were better than the Lakers. They were better than everybody. They just beat them.
Chill, it's on you.
I won't argue Denver and I won't argue Denver and the Lakers. I just think about the Heat. I don't think the Heat were the second best team in the league. I don't. If I'm trading to, it's the Heat and the Bucks. I don't think they were the second best team in the NBA.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, because I had the Heat as a top 5 team before the season started. Anyway, I did. I had them as a top 5 seed before.
That's sad. You taking away from them dudes. They don't been to chill. They don't been to 2 NBA finals in 4 years, man. Yep. 3 conference finals in 4 years, bro. How did that better, bro? Cut it out.
You keep saying that they've been to 2 conference finals, right? But you also got to take into consideration.
3.
Okay, they've been to 3 of them, right?
In 4 years.
Right, and if I'm not mistaken, let's see, 18-19 conference championship, 19-20. They didn't go second round. 2021 NBA championship last year, second round. This year, Giannis got hurt. So twice in the last.
No. The 4 years. The first.
I'm talking, and I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, who had, in my opinion, the best player in the game, who had gotten hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, and they play, if the Milwaukee Bucks play the Miami Heat like they had to play the Knicks. With that team, that's not even the same thing because Julius Randle was hurt too. Julius Randle was hurt too. Julius Randle was hurt.
Giannis came back and averaged 36, and they still lost both games.
Giannis did not come back and average no 36.
Give me a break. He had
30. He might have.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, he did. That injury threw a monkey wrench in everything that they were doing.
But hold on. When he came, okay, so it didn't throw a monkey wrench when he won a chip when he came back hurt.
No, it didn't.
So that logic goes out the window. So my whole point to you is this: when he came back, and I like Giannis, but I gotta tell the truth. When he came back in that series, was they had won a game without him. So your logic doesn't work. Milwaukee won a game without Giannis and blew them dudes out.
That doesn't mean that they could win the series without him. Even though I thought, but then you shouldn't be bringing up the fact that they won a game.
They held the series at bay. They held the series.
They did hold the series at bay. Giannis.
Hold on. So they held the series at bay when they won that game. These is facts. Right. Okay. So they listen. So Giannis plays that first game. Giannis in that first game, Giannis Antetokounmpo plays. I got it right.
You don't
here.
even have to tell me, Ticket. I already know. Giannis in game 3 and game 4, they had 15-point leads in the second half with Giannis on the floor. I get that part. That part I'm not on the fence about. What I'm saying is that if we come into the series with Giannis being healthy like he was, and all things are considered, what they had done this entire season, having the best record in the NBA, not just having the best record in the NBA, having the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. If we going into the season, if Giannis doesn't get hurt in the first 10 minutes of the game, which throws a monkey wrench in what they're doing, that took away the dynamic of the team. As opposed
the Celtics
to
were healthy too. The Celtics were healthy and they was beating the hell out of them too to start the series.
Then they came back.
Here's my whole point to you. When Giannis came back, man, when he came back, he had 26 and 13, He had a triple-double in the first game, 26, 13, and 10 in the first game when he came back, right? They lost that game still. Then the next game he came back. The man scored 38. The very next game, and they lost that game by 2. But he had 38 that game. So
he's like 10 of 25 from the 3 for line.
Yeah, hold on, but he had 38 points and 20 rebounds and 3 assists. And
yeah, he went almost 40 and 20 in that game. Yes, he did. But if you just looking at, but Ticket, with that being said, if you just looking at the numbers, which is what you're doing right now, you're just looking at the numbers, you're completely leaving out stuff like at the end of game 5, where he was running away from the basketball. At the end of game, at the end of game 3, when they was up 15, when Jimmy Butler basically goes crazy the way I think he went 56 in that game.
But is that
and he didn't play like that for the rest. He didn't play like that for the rest of the playoffs.
He did against them though.
He didn't play like that for the rest of the playoffs.
He did against them, and they could not stop him. That's the point. They could not stop him. And listen, here's another reason why me and Mars probably think, and this is why me and Mars been kicking your sorry ass. Me and Mars probably think this same thing too. You know why they probably lost that series? Tell him, Mars. 2 words: Mike Budenholzer.
I agree.
Thank you.
Mike Budenholzer is a part of the team. So when we do this, we got to take into account who your coach is.
I agree. That's why I don't have the Bucks number 2, because I said for a year Coach Bud is a fraud, and I mean,
thank you. Back me up, Mars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's hard to argue against Coach Bud. I'm sorry.
Mike Budenholzer would have lost that series when he was playing defense on them cats, bro. Cut it out, man.
So Mars,
I definitely don't like the Bucks being the number 2.
Mars, it's on you, Mars. Well, there. Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Somebody brought up a point to Ether Grilltown of Cap Town. Tyler Hero, the second best player for the Miami Heat, got hurt that game too. So shut up. You ain't talking about that. So sit down somewhere.
Philly over the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
You guys don't have to like the alliance. I got Mars to come over to the right side. So
Philly to 6 and Grizzly to 9.
Yeah.
So when you do this, it has to be flip flop. It can't just be like you move them all down.
Hold on for a second, Ron. Okay, so now I clearly got to defend myself because why the reason why I didn't say anything about Tyler Hero, the reason why I didn't say anything about Tyler Hero is because Tyler Hero, him averaging 20 a game, right? Him averaging 20 a game. The Milwaukee Bucks still beat them. They still beat them, even with Tyler Hero wasn't even in the lineup, and the Milwaukee Bucks beat them. Okay, right. He was out the lineup. So your logic about how they played, how the Milwaukee Bucks played this entire series, it works simply because Jimmy Butler played the way he played. That's it. That's the only reason why, because he didn't play that way the rest of the series. Not just the rest of the series. He didn't play that way the rest. He didn't play that way the rest of the playoffs. So were they better than them? Were they better than them in this series? They were better than them in this series. But I think that if Giannis Antetokounmpo had not gotten hurt in that game 1, and I got to see him throughout the series without him being hurt. Ticket, you can get back all you want. I'm talking about arguably the best player in the league who was out.
That's
the first 10 minutes. It set the tone of the series.
Bro,
it set the tone of the series. No. It set the tone of the series when he first got hurt. Just like it set the tone. Even with Budenholzer being the coach that he is, Giannis getting hurt, it set the tone because everything that they were doing was predicated on Giannis. So now the next 3 games that they got to play, the next 2 games they got to play, Giannis is gone. So they don't get Giannis back until game 3.
And they
when they get Giannis back, we got to get back. Now we get back to playing the way we were playing with Giannis, who by the way isn't healthy. Giannis not only is not healthy, Giannis is not only is Giannis not healthy, these dudes is on a roll. Phoenix, not just Phoenix.
Hero didn't play. He averaged 20.
Why you keep talking about Tyler Hero? Let's take Tyler Hero off the table. Take Tyler Hero off the table.
So his injury don't matter. So if Giannis was healthy and Tyler Hero plays, that doesn't matter to you.
Yes, it does matter. If you bringing up Tyler Hero is a moot point. The reason why you bringing up Tyler Hero, that's a moot point because when you think about Giannis getting hurt, Giannis actually came back.
Man,
That's why it's a moot point. It doesn't make sense.
He came back and didn't win a game. They won a game without him. And like my boy Mars
and
said,
the tone of the series was already set at that point.
My boy Mars said, that's
just
a
like
lie.
What happened. Just like no, it's not a lie. The same thing happened when Jason Tatum rolled his ankle in the first 20 seconds of the game. The tone of the series had already been set.
Without Giannis. So
they won one game, but that doesn't matter though, Ticket. Even if they won without him, a team can win a game without you. They can win a game. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the tone of the series has not been set. And the tone of the series was already set.
You need to go get your tag team.
So sit your sorry ass down.
Me and Mars, the new tag team champions of the world, told you once again. Mike Budenholzer would have lost that series. Mike Budenholzer did not make any adjustments, even when Giannis came back. They still played drop coverage against Jimmy Butler and those guys. He never switches up. Mike Budenholzer has routinely held that team back from winning. These are facts.
Okay. So these are facts.
Hold on.
Okay. These are facts.
You keep talking about how this team was affected. They won their only game without Giannis. So
right.
Still strong. Hold on.
They didn't.
What kills your narrative is that Giannis has had his injury before.
This is such nonsense.
Giannis has had his injury before.
This is nonsense.
He won an NBA championship coming off an injury.
No, he didn't have this kind of injury, Ticket. It's not the same thing. This is not close to the same thing. No, it isn't. No, it is not close to the same thing.
Hold on.
Him having an injury where he could have possibly been out for the rest of the playoffs.
Why he didn't win a game? When he came back, why he didn't win one game?
The tone of the series was set, and Jimmy Butler played Jimmy Butler. They had won one game, okay.
Right. And then Giannis came back. And then
Giannis came back.
And so why did they lose? He had a 26-point triple-double. Why they lose? Then he had 38 and 20. Why they lose?
The reason. Can I answer your question, Ticket, or are you just going to keep talking over the top of me?
I will keep cooking your ass. Answer it.
Now, when Giannis got hurt, the tone of the series was set. When Giannis comes back, after Giannis comes back, that 38 and 20 that you saw, that's fool's gold. The team had played completely different when Giannis came back. Those guys weren't the same as they were playing when Giannis first was in the lineup in game one. They didn't play that way. They played completely different when he came back. They weren't the same team. Drew Holiday wasn't looking for his shot. Not only was Drew Holiday not looking for his shot, the rotations was different. So you're not cooking anybody.
Okay, so let me answer that. Let me answer that question.
Either that.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that question, right? You said the guys weren't playing the same way. Well, even when Giannis played the first game, Chris Middleton still shot 60% from the field. He shot at the first game. Bobby Portis was 60% from the field.
So what happened in game 3? Okay, so what happened in game? We already know what that was. So what happened moving forward, Ticket, when he came back? That's the first game when Giannis was healthy and they was already playing. What happened? What happened after that?
Let's go to game 3. Let's go to game 3. So in game 3, they lose game 3, right?
All we talking about is numbers.
Okay, hold on. You said go to game 3, right? Hold on. You told me go to game 3. They lose game 3, right? In game 3, Brook Lopez shoots 57% from the field. Guess what? Chris Middleton shoots 60% from the field again without Giannis, sucker. And in that game,
what do you mean without Giannis? He was playing in game 3, so that's not true.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. He scored the same thing with Giannis that he had without him, and he shot 60%. I got it right here. Here's the game right here, my man. So let's keep going. Hold on, because I'm gonna cook your old ass until you're done. Now, like I said, hold on. Now let's get to this. Grayson Allen shot 71% that game. Giannis shot 50% that game. So now let's go to this. Hold on. Let's go to the game. Hold on. Let's go. Next game, game 3. Let's go. Right here. All right. So look, here we go right here. In game 3, Chris Middleton shot 57% from the field. When Giannis was there, he shot 60. So he was 8 of 14 from the field. 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 60%. Drew Holiday.
And what did he do in the second half?
Let me finish.
Forget the numbers, because what you're doing right now is you're reading off numbers.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Shot 50%
Keep going.
from the field.
Keep going.
Bobby Portis shot 44%. Pat Connaughton was 57 off the bench, 4 of 7 from the field. Okay. Jay Crowder was 50% from the field, 2 of 4. And Drew Holiday played like trash. He was 44% from the field, 33% from the three. Now,
how did he do in the game when they won? Ticket.
Let's go when Giannis came back. So Giannis comes back the very next game. The very next game, Giannis comes back, right? And that game, Giannis came back. Brook Lopez shot 56% from the field. Joe Ingles shot 100%. And guess what? Drew Holiday, now he goes to 31%. So he goes from playing even like trash to even worse trash. Right. But sir, But sir, why you saying that? Brook Lopez had 36 that game. So when Giannis came back, Brook Lopez had 36 points and 11 rebounds, and they still lost. Let's go to the next game.
From a gallant effort from Jimmy Butler, we have 56.
Hold on. So Lopez played out of his mind, and they still lost. Now let's go to the last game Giannis was back. In the last game, Giannis was back, sir. And this is the last game of the series, sir. Drew Holiday played like shit again, like he did the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Brook Lopez shot 63% from the field. He was 7 of 11. 60% from the three. He was 3 of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis had 38 points and 20 rebounds. Wes Matthews shot 40% off the bench from the field and 60 from the three. Pat Connaughton was 100% from the field. He made every shot he took, all 3 shots.
Right.
So hold on. And Chris Middleton that game had 33 points.
Right.
I got it right here. Chris Middleton had 33 points that game.
I saw the game.
And they lost. In that game, they lost a 2-point game.
In overtime. Yes, they did. They lost in overtime.
My whole point to you was this. My whole point to you was they won a game without Giannis. When Giannis came back, those guys still played the same. The only key narrative is that sorry ass Chris Middleton not only was forget his offense. Hold on, forget his offense.
Keep going.
This is why we said to you, it was Bud, bro. Bud's defense cost him the game because even when Giannis came back, he never made the adjustment on defense with Jimmy and those guys. He kept playing Drew Holiday one-on-one with this dude and putting him in drop coverage, bro, off the picks. Come on, man. You can't play that. You're going under on Jimmy when he's cooking you like that, and then you play, and then you.
You've already established that. That's not news. We've already established that. That's not news. Yes, we did. That's correct. We've already established that the defensive coverage on Jimmy Butler by Budenholzer just leaving.
He never doubled him. He let him get cooked the whole series, bro. That to me and Mars, that was a series right there. If Bud would have switched up his defense on Jimmy, who destroyed him that series, we having a different conversation because Jimmy that game had 42 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He never switched up on Jimmy, bro. That was the difference in that series, bro.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and run off a few super chats right quick. Open quarters coming up real soon, so I'm just gonna get around.
I got a couple more minutes.
All right, cool. Sebastian Lopez. Shout out Sebastian Lopez. He said he gave us his top 30. He said Denver, Boston, Milwaukee, Phoenix, LA, Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings, Philly, Miami, Memphis, the Clippers, Knicks, Cleveland, OKC, Dallas, Minnesota, New Orleans, Atlanta at 18.
Chill, you did this.
Nets, Orlando, Raptors, Chicago, Wizards, Pacers, Utah, Portland, Charlotte, San Antonio, Houston at 29, and it's a consensus that Detroit is 30.
Chill. Let's go. We don't come last. Good work.
They put Boston over Miami. Miami just won. Chill did this. Chill. You see what you do to people, dog? You did that.
John Metaljaw said, "Yo, I just want to shout out y'all dudes on PC. I love your show. Been watching for about a year now. Much love."
No doubt.
Shout out, John. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for donating. Keep watching us. It's gonna be a wild summer. Ethan, depressed Cavs fan, said, "Ticket. How would Orlando get back to the final if Jamal is better than Penny?"
Because Jamal wasn't even in the league at that point. Duh. Use your brain. He wasn't even in the league at the point me and Chill was talking about. You dudes is cappers, bro. Me and Chill talking about before Jamal Murray was in the league. He only been in the league for 6 years, right? Right, Chill?
Yes.
Yeah, me and Chill talking
about. And only played 5 because he missed the season.
Me and Chill talking about. Me and Chilltown was talking about. See, that's when y'all gonna get y'all ass cooked trying to mess with me and Chill. We talking about before he even came into the league. We
Focus.
About went to the Lakers, bro. This is way years before that. When Shaq went to the Lakers was in '96, right, Chill?
96.
This man was probably in middle school somewhere, bro. Go ahead, man.
Billy Zambitis said Bucks won a game, they made 25 threes, or they would have gotten swept. Chucky Sheed said, based on that logic, think back to the 2011-2012 season. Did y'all have the Grizzlies ranked over the Spurs because they beat the first seeded Spurs?
I wasn't around.
He said, we have what?
In 2011-2012, did we have the Grizzlies ranked over the Spurs because they beat the number 1 seeded Spurs?
Nobody talked about that, so we can't say that.
To answer your question, no.
Vince with the super chat said, "This is a final ranking list, meaning how it actually ended, not if so and so didn't happen. Bucks being over teams that made the conference finals is insanity."
I agree.
Jamal said, "Grizzlies over Philly is nasty."
I agree. That's why I fixed it.
John Middle Jaw said, "Hey man, I also want to say we need a ticket and chill show. Y'all two bring the fire in each other. Bring out the fire in each other."
Greatest to ever do it. Believe that. Chill Town is one of the greatest. If you don't come with your game, messing with a dude like Chill, you're gonna have problems, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you don't come with your game messing with Ticket is not gonna stop. He's
He's
not gonna stop. I'm telling you right now. If you think that you run up on Ticket, if he gets you down, don't think that he's just gonna stop because he choked you out. No, he's gonna start stomping you in the face.
With me and Chill, bro. Y'all gotta understand this.
We're not gonna stop.
Right here,
no.
Feel me? Y'all, don't y'all think y'all can just come run? Send me a link to come. Y'all come up here, y'all finna get just demolished. And I mean that, bro. Don't do that. Y'all let the big dogs do what big dogs do.
Don't think because me and Ticket go at each other that we don't respect what we do.
Facts.
Don't think that for don't think that. No. Facts. Don't think that I just go at Ticket and I'm like, yo, Ticket is no. I respect what he does.
Same over here.
Last super chat of the day. It's pertaining to an earlier super chat from It's Mr. GQ to you. He said, "Look it up. When Kobe requested a trade to the Lakers, the Lakers asked the Cavs about a LeBron for Kobe trade in 2007.
The Lakers asked. The Lakers asked him. That doesn't mean Kobe said he wanted to go there. Get your story straight. And that's what it was in the beginning.
The Cavs denied the trade. They said no.
Of course, Mitch Kupchak will pick the telephone up and ask, but it ain't like Kobe went in the office and go, "Yo, I want to get traded to the Cavs." No, that's not what happened.
Mr. GQ also had a follow-up super chat. He said, "Mars and Ticket equals Craig and Day, Blueface and Krishan, Chris Brown and Rihanna, SpongeBob and Patrick, Shrek and Donkey, Baby and Wayne, Tom and Jerry."
Ain't no games over here.
I like Tom and Jerry.
Listen, man. Ron, we gotta have segments where we pull some of these dudes up, man. They talking too much in that comment section.
Goated, whatever your name is, Ticket and Chill will get fried real quick. I promise you, you
bring
won't
him
fry
up
me.
next show.
Please. You think you want this fight, my man?
Come on, man.
Yeah. You think you want this fight? Of all the people who think they want it, you think you want this fight? I promise you, my man, you don't want this fight. I'm telling you this. And it might look simple in the beginning, but when you get punched in the face and you realize there's no door in that ring to get out of, you're going to want out. So I'm telling you right now, my man, I'm giving you an out right now. You do not want this fight because it won't go over well for you.
For the hard way? Ooh,
it won't go over well for you.
On Monday, Ron, we're going to pull one of these guests up that's running their mouth, bro.
Whatever your name is.
Hey, go to JJ. You're the lucky contestant. Hey, you see my Instagram right here. Message me. You go to JJ, message me on my Instagram, right? Oh, this side.
Yeah. And if you come up here, whatever your name is, if you come up here, don't come up here with the, I respect you dudes. I don't want to hear none of that.
None of that.
I don't want to hear none of that. If you're coming up here, your ass better be coming up here ready to fight.
It's gonna get embarrassing, Ron, because these dudes gonna get exposed. Because when we start putting them up, when you start putting dudes up, y'all come up here and see dudes like Chill Town, man. Chill Town got a computer in his brain that say basketball, bro. Y'all don't understand this? Yeah, he ain't over here looking at notes, doing all this stuff when he debate. He giving it to y'all off the top. This is a real student of the game of basketball. Y'all need to stop playing these games, man. Thinking this shit easy. When y'all get up here, y'all come and start stuttering and stuff. I got respect. I won't want to hear that.
All right, y'all. Monday, we will catch you bright and early. Next week's draft week, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. Go to JJ. You better eat your Wheaties this weekend. All right, y'all. We out.
All right, dog.
All right, y'all. Y'all know
Zion, stay off the buns, man.